Shane, what's good? Yo, yo, yo. We testing out sounds, getting everything ready. Hopefully, we're getting everything together. Think sounds good. Getting ready to start in 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, we good. We good. We good. Okay. What's up? Okay. What's up? Okay. What's up? Okay. What's up? Yeah, we cruising. We cruising. What's going on, everybody? I can't have this on screen. I forgot monetization. Yeah. Woo! Wait. Time to cut that music. Ha! What's going on, everybody? Thank you for being here. You can be anywhere else in the world. You are here with your boy. It is much appreciated. Dap me up, hairy knuckles and all. Today's date, 6/8/2025. This is a flaming show. So much gaming information this week. Holy Lord. I don't even know how you squeeze it all into one show. Now, we do want to hurry up and get through the algorithm. So we want to send a shout out to everybody in the chat who tunes in. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love you being here. We need to get you in. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be a collaborative effort. You know, we're gonna do it. But nonetheless, we got my man Shane, Melbourne, Australia, all the way, coming to the States, man. I see you. I know you coming, man. I'm waiting. All right. He coming to the States. And when you come, we're gonna get the picture, man. And then I'm gonna come to Melbourne. You know what I mean? And I got my passport too, so that's all love. Blizzard Fox, what's going on? Blizzard Fox, good to see you. DJC Money is in the building. MGR in the building. Guys, MGR, hey, hide your wallet. Where my wallet? Oh, snap, I ain't got my... All right, my man, okay, is in the building, Jazz Mania. Jazz, I ain't see you in a bit. Good. Now, for anybody who has games that are going to be part of the giveaways, you're going to be getting them later today. It's been a rough, man. We got a lot of stuff going on, okay? Trying to do it. This is a one-man effort for that. Now, we got one hell of a show. As you guys know, we go through the same algorithm. We're going to be covering a lot of different things. We're going to get to the topic. So I thank you guys for being here. We're going to get straight to the show. Cheers to everybody being here. Let's get to it. Whoa! Holy hell. Oh, my Lord. Woo! Okay. Oh, my bad. Wow, that was spicy. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Hardware, what's going on? I see you there, Hardware. All right, so you guys know what time it is. It is time for Gaming Going Wild. And yes, this is the time where we get very serious because, let me get this right. We have a lot of crimes around gaming that happen often that don't get talked about, or even news around gaming. And I don't think it's fair. I think it should be covered more, especially in mainstream media. And some of these things do get covered in mainstream media, but we want to make sure that we cover it to the best of our ability. So without further ado, the segment that used to be Moses Crime Weekly, now known as Gaming Going Wild, we are going to start now. We are going to talk about our first story of Gaming Going Wild, which is a chilling reminder that real life horror sometimes crosses into the digital world. Yes, as you can see here, a 24-year-old man from Streamwood, Illinois has been charged with a brutal poking and unaliving of his two younger sisters. Yes, you hear that correct. One of which unfolded partially in front of a 10-year-old friend on a Snapchat video call during an online gaming session. Jelani Jenkins is accused of fatally poking his 21-year-old sister, Janiyah Jenkins, and his 10-year-old sister, Iyani Jones, inside their shared townhome on May 28th. Iyani, the younger sister, was actively playing an online video game and on a Snapchat call with her friend when the attack began. That friend, located in another state, heard Janiyah begging for her life and Iyani screaming for help before the call cut out. 7-year-old sibling and a 3-year-old child were also present when this happened. Jenkins allegedly shoved the 7-year-old down the stairs and locked both him and the toddler in the bathroom during the entire attack. After fleeing the scene with multiple bags and even the family dog, he tried to sell his car at a nearby park and went into hiding for 4 days until police eventually recovered his blood-stained vehicle and clothing. These get deep, and this one is kind of sickening. I'm going to be honest. It's very sickening. I'm going to go ahead and post a restream link in the chat. I know there's people are going to be there when we get to certain subjects. I want everyone to be able to jump in when we get to those parts. The timeline of these events, May 28th was when the attack occurred, and that was at 6:40 p.m. Iani was actually on the Snapchat call when her friend hears everything going on. 7 p.m., Jenkins is actually seen on Ring cameras fleeing the home with bags and the family dog. Jenkins on June 1st was arrested in Downers Grove after a days-long manhunt. And then June 6th, he appears in court and is denied pretrial release. So there is much more to come to this, and I believe he's going to be back in court. Yes, that is June 26th. We will find out more, but I don't care what they say. I know the defense is going to plead mental illness, and I'm gonna be honest, there's got to be some mental illness going on to be able to do that, especially to a 10-year-old. I come from an era where you do not like touch kids and women. You know what I mean? It just proves how weak you are. And when you do it, I got to think something mentally off with you, because as soon as you get behind them bars, bro, they want you. That is something about the streets. They like to bully the bullies. They want to get those that are preying upon the weak. Sad story. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on. I do want to send condolences to the entire Jenkins family. The names of those two ladies that unfortunately are no longer here is Janiyah Jenkins and Iani Jones. Condolences to the family. I'm glad the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old are still alive. It's a shame what he did, and hope the best for you. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this one here is probably going to be near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. And if you can, I see a lot of more people tuning in. We have 71 people here live. If you can, from different platforms, you can share the content, hit the like. It's much appreciated. In a tragic story, now this is shaking both Hollywood and gaming adjacent worlds now, because the voice actor Jonathan Joss, best known as John Redcorn from King of the Hill, was actually gunned down outside of his San Antonio home. Now, as friends and fans, fellow actors, everyone mourn his death, authorities are still facing a storm of backlash over whether his unaliving was a hate crime. All right. So 59-year-old Jonathan Joss was fatally unalived on June 1st while retrieving mail with his husband, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez. At the state of their burned down home, you got to watch me. We're trying to get monetization now. The popper, okay, identified as 56-year-old neighbor Sigfredo Seja Alvarez. I hope I got that right. I'm very bad with my pronunciation, but I hope I got that right. Allegedly yelled violent anti-slurs, you know what I mean? We're trying to keep the monetization here, before pulling the trigger. All right, something Joss' husband said made it clear that it was a hate crime based on the slurs that he presented before doing it. Police at first denied it, but after outrage and media scrutiny, San Antonio Police Chief Williams McManus reversed course, admitting the original statement was premature and confirming that the hate crime angle is now under investigation. Now, this is January 21st, where Joss's home burns down and he accuses the neighbor Alvarez of arson. February of 2025, Joss and Tristan actually got married. Shortly after that, June 1st, Joss is popped multiple times, okay, outside his former home, and his husband claims it was a targeted attack. June 2nd, Alvarez was arrested. And June 5th and 6th is when the police actually reversed their stance. I think this is sickening. One thing I can say is that, and this is a lesson to everyone, and I don't really got to read a lot more on this. I'm just going to speak directly from the heart. As being a person with experience from it. When you have neighbors, it's bad when you have neighbors you don't get along with. And a lot of, younger kids may not understand this, but when you're a property owner and maybe you don't have the ability to move anywhere else. Maybe you don't have the ability to have another home or somewhere else you can go, where you have to deal with a neighbor that you don't like. Beef persists and things happen. And that's what happened here. It's a neighbor where if you have a neighbor who actually doesn't like you being gay, that's going to be a problem because you stay next door to that neighbor. Random things I can see now. I would love if everybody was human and had hearts and everybody just loved each other like that, but the shit don't be like that. I'm gonna be honest. In this world, it's just shit's not fair, and it's real life, and it's the way it is. And when things come at you the way they come at you, you need to be ready for it. So condolences to Joss's family. King of the Hill, he actually did some voiceovers for the new season already. And everybody know this new season was a big deal. And to unfortunately lose someone to an argument and a shooting while you're going to get your mail, it's nasty work, bro. Nasty work. All right, I'm go ahead and get to, yeah, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, definitely. Appreciate that, Jazz. Everybody out there, if you can hit the like and share out the content. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next story. All right, this one. Okay, it's pretty much plain and simple. I seen this come across my desk, and I knew this was a straightforward case. I've been here before. Not the same exact place, but this went from pretty much a normal night to a mugshot. All right, guys. Now, guys can sometimes relate. Okay, but at around 4 a.m. on Tuesday, police in Magna responded to a home where a 22-year-old man had gone into a full meltdown after losing a video game. Yes, a full meltdown. According to police an affidavit, according to the police affidavit, he had been up all night playing before losing a match that triggered everything. And police officers said they couldn't describe it as nothing else but a ruckus of what was being caused. A housemate actually arrived to him, tried to calm him down, but that actually made things worse. And we all know when you tell someone to calm down, it doesn't typically work. The man reportedly kicked a hole through both sides of a bedroom, prompting a physical altercation and a 911 call. By the time the police arrived, the man had calmed down already, okay, just enough to completely shut down and refuse to talk to officers. Didn't even want to say anything, but he was still arrested. All right. This was early on June 3rd, 2025 at around 4 a.m. when police respond to the disturbance call. You know, the man, they got the incident report and it said a man loses his temper after gaming. That's what they got on the incident report. Shortly after, he was arrested and booked into Salt Lake County Jail for property damage. Now, these charges are minor, but this is a lesson to all us gamers out here, especially with our gaming frustrations, man. Ain't no way you gotta grow the hell up, bro. I'm keeping honest. You just gotta grow the hell up. Ain't no way you throwing a whole damn tantrum when you lose. It's a game, bro. Unless you had a tournament on the line and you losing thousands of dollars, and still, why would you break? I don't understand the angle of breaking stuff. Can someone explain that to me? I never understood of being super frustrated and going. Now, as a kid, yeah, I broke many controllers when I was 11. Right? You're cheating, you know, but you're 11. I never could see that as an adult. That's just me. I don't know. That's just me. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I agree. He needs another hobby. I totally agree. I'll be honest. I don't know why people continue playing to the point of getting frustrated, angry. I understand an off day, but there's a reason to set the controller down, take a breather. Well said. Well said by Blizzard Fox there. It's man. Oh my goodness. So much to get through. We're going to go ahead and move to the next story. Like I said, we have so much to get through. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one. So if you thought that Pokemon was just your normal hobby, guys, we've now seen it week after week after week after week after week after week after week. Break-ins after break-ins. Yes, you guys know what's coming already. The victims this time know it's Evolutions Trading, a beloved small business known to locals for its dedication to the trading card community. At around 1:40 a.m. on Monday, a suspect shattered the window and made off with some of the rarest and priciest cards in the Pokemon world. Guys, this is crazy. Among the stolen gems, let's discuss. A Gold Star Charizard, which is graded 10. This is valued at just the card itself, $18,000. A Sky Ridge Umbreon, graded level 10, valued at $9,600. A Fire Red Leaf Green Charizard EX, graded 10, valued at $5,000. These are 3 cards out of all these cards you're seeing being taken. And you can see the thief there. Kind of just goes straight to it. Now, the shop devastated by the break-in, heartbreaking, they closed their doors, of course. All right. Now, the suspect was last seen fleeing towards Bacon Ranch Road, dressed in a hoodie, gloves, and a black mask. Surveillance footage offered, limited clues and gave what it can. So, if anyone has any information, do I got a number here? I don't, unfortunately. So, you guys just go ahead. This happened in Killeen. All right. So if you guys want to call Killeen police or look it up, you can. But it's unfortunate that this has to happen week after week after week. We're seeing cards being stolen. It's just an easy, quick way to make money, and thieves will continue to do it. I'm sorry. Right now, there needs to be a new method or something else to cards. It's just sad what's happening in any trading card market. It's sad. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, excuse me. See, when you got glasses, I see what you guys go through with glasses now. Okay. Now, if you can, I see we have 86 tuned in. If you can, go ahead and hit the like and share the content. Thank you very much. Now, this one here, as you guys, you guys probably watch Twitch. I don't know. I'm not a big Twitch watcher, but DDG is a pretty famous Twitch streamer. Okay. It started with a joke, but it ended with punches at DreamCon 2025 with what should have been a celebration of fandom and creativity turned into a viral clash when a heckler insulted rapper and YouTuber DDG, calling him doo-doo garbage. Seconds later, fist flew, a chain got snapped, and now there might be actual lawyers getting involved. The incident erupted, in the vending hall of DreamCon, where a trying to read this. Okay, there we go. Where a fan claimed he made a harmless joke by calling DDG doo-doo garbage. Now, he said harmless joke by doo-doo garbage. Now, we're going to go ahead. I don't know what happened with the video there. Let's see what happened, because I want to see that again. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and fix that too. There we go. We got the video going. So, punches were thrown, body slam, and the aftermath included broken glass, a destroyed chain, and a ban from the event for the heckler. Now, according to the fan, he's now exploring legal action. Yes, of course, we knew he was going to sue. On social media, he shared his version of events, stating he was blindsided. Didn't know DDG's crew would react so violently. On the other hand, DDG claims the fan had been following them the entire con all day long and described him as a persistent heckler, possibly unstable. He became a heckler, so he lost sonic rings. That's exactly what DDG said. That wasn't me. That was actually a pretty funny statement. Now, Dub, who is DDG's brother, doubled down, showing no remorse and essentially daring the man to sue. Said, if you try to sue, I'ma tear his ass up in court. Okay. Now, for those who do not know the timeline of events, this is between June 1st and the 2nd, where the incident actually took place at DreamCon. The footage starts to circulate online, and then you start to get the victims' side of events on June 2nd as well. Now, around June 2nd or 3rd, that's where DDG and Dub, they come out and they start speaking on the event. As you can see on the screen here, I'm going to say a couple things here. I'm going to keep it real. I ain't never been mad at somebody for calling me doo-doo garbage. I'm gonna be honest. I actually been called doo-doo garbage before. I play basketball, and I'm pretty nice at basketball. And I feel like people say things to try to get you out of your element. I just don't understand doo-doo garbage. Now, he may have, and that's what makes me think something else may have been involved. This guy is trying to provoke him. I do agree to that. But in the video, it doesn't look good because DDG's crew is actually approaching him. That's kind of crazy. It's like they approaching him and he's like, what you doing? He's actually looking and he's smiling, and it's not a good look. I'm going to be honest. It's just not a good look. He got hit first. And as you see, as it's going on, he starts running away kind of. So this is not going to be a good look, man. It's not going to be a good look. I'm going to be honest. Yo, he ain't had to choke slam him like that. Now, I got to say, hold on. I usually don't do this because we got to quickly move on. But this is something that disgusts me. This disgusts me right here. I'm actually pissed at this guy, the victim. I want you guys to look at something. And this is what I noticed. Doesn't even look like it was. So let's see here. He rolls. He gets hit. First of all, he's got a Bone Thugs and Harmony jacket. Wow. This song making it for Wally is an Uncle Charlie. Haven't seen it in a while, but let's continue. I rock with Bone. So you see it's going on, but this is the crazy part. I want you guys to look and see who is in the entourage with the guy in the brown coat, because he has people with him. I noticed that watching this video. So swinging, he starts running. Notice the guy in the backpack. There's somebody else running up behind there. I want you to watch this. Guy in the backpack looks like he's going to swing. He has the chance right there with the guy with the gray shirt and the do-rag. But look at this. He doesn't do anything. There's another guy right here in the beige with the pink, whatever that picture is, standing there, does nothing. But they both have their fists balled up. So I think they're part of his entourage. Still swinging. Notice they're the ones that's trying to jump in. So I automatically assume they're in the entourage. Now, your man is getting grabbed. I'm sorry. I'm pissed right here. I'm pissed right here, bro. Ain't no way. Look, man got choke slammed. You watched it. You watched it, bro. Let's go ahead and play. Now, look, he tried to push him off and act like he was doing something. Still going. Now they come in and start fighting. Now they got that guy and start fighting. This is sad, bro. This is sad. All I'm going to say is, and we're going to move on to the next subject. We got so much shit to talk about. I'm going to say this, 96 live between our platforms. Please hit the like, share out the content. You find out quick who your real friends are when things hit the fan. Because I don't care what's going on. I'm not letting nobody do my brother, somebody I'm with like that. I do not care. Mark my words on that. It's not happening with me. I'm sorry. Because what happens is now you're getting your ass whooped. Don't do your homies like that. Find out who your real friends are, man. If I go out with you, and you ain't got to be a fighter. Nobody's got to be a fighter. It's about safety. If I see you getting jumped by a bunch of dudes, I'm at least push them off them, dude. I'm sorry, y'all. I raged right here. That was off time. Let's, that is it for Moses Crime Week. I'm pissed. I'm pissed, man. That was unacceptable. I'm sorry. I come from a place where you don't do that. You just don't do that to your people you come with. And they're balling up their fists like they came in. Then you got your ass whooped. Shout out to DDG and the crew. Oh, man, look at the comments. I love them. Yo, so it doesn't even look like it was such. Haven't really done much of it. Oh, okay, haven't really. Nick needs to find the security guy that gets punched. Security guy roundhouse kicks the guy and instant KO. I did see that. I did see that, by the way. Some security you don't play with. Let's go ahead and get to some good. Let's do it. Like I said, we got so much to get through, man. So I'm going to try to get through this shit. Hot episode, man. That's why I had to get me hot and spicy. Y'all, oh, Lord. Nintendo news. And y'all see we got a whole Migflash segment. That's okay. We got to say that for Separito. All right. But y'all, another edition of Nintendo news. And this one we got to cover so much with the Nintendo Switch. First of all, let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 release, guys. Can we start there? Launch Thursday at midnight. I seen many people lining up, which was funny because I don't think you had to line up because they're still in store. I swore I just went to Costco and could have grabbed one. So I don't know why you lined up, but I understand you want to make sure you got one. Many people lined up. Base model $449, but the Mario Kart World Bundle was going for the $500, and everybody was out there. Blizzard, 300 people showed up at the Best Buy I went to. People were showing out in numbers. Okay, in numbers. Now, some retailers, Target, GameStop, Walmart, many of them were selling out, pretty quick. Now, fans are still scrambling, complaining about scalpers. But I'll tell you, some of these scalpers are not doing so good because I still see some Switches out there, some Switch 2s. So you guys need to go ahead and check out there. Now, A lot of people love this, and I'm going to tell you why, because me, myself, I remember reminiscing. It's been a long time since we had people standing out there with lines. Y'all, let's admit, it's been a long time since everybody, hey, you dap your boy up down there. Hey, man, what your number you is? 15. Hey, homeboy down there. Hey, my dog, number 15 right there. We go, hey, what's your gamer tag, bro? Going right down this gamer tag. You got pen, cuz? Yeah, I got you. What you play? Oh, you play. Oh, stop playing. You don't play, man. We about to get it. Oh, it's back in them days. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to do it. So, of course, there were some complaints, guys. There were some complaints. Can we talk? Some people said the price is still too high. I heard some people saying that it still lacks some graphical improvement. Some people said that. It wasn't me. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I ain't the messenger. But some people said it might not be worth it for what you paid for. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. And some people said it wasn't worth it so much that they might drop the price. I'm just saying, don't hurt the messenger. I'm just relaying the news. That's what people saying. That's what they saying, man. I'm not doing this. It's not me. Okay? So you're going to see some people making fun of people being in lines because they were waiting in lines and they went online and got theirs. Some people buying theirs for $700 being resold on other websites. Bananas, because you can get one, right? They're out there. They said Nintendo said they're going to hold us through to December. Y'all believe that? Ooh, man. Okay. All right. We got so much more. Let's talk about shipping chaos, guys. We got people who ordered, speaking of that ordered online, it ain't so happy though. Okay. Because pre-orders from Target, a lot of people talked about Target, but there were some other retailers as well, had gamers waiting, man. They ain't even get it. Release day, they waiting. Next day, they waiting. You need to get some money for that. Okay. But I'm going to tell you who won and stole the show for me. Who won and stole the show for me. And these people usually don't beat out everyone. To me, they beat out everybody. Walmart not only delivered your Nintendo Switch, they gave you a can of Pringles and some Coke. And notice I said some Coke, right? Not a Coke. No, let's not even say that. We got to put some respect on them. Okay, let's go. Randy, what's going on? Dap me up. Appreciate you tuning in. Everybody tuning in. Thank you. You can go ahead and hit the like and share out the content. Appreciate you. Shout out to the ladies. You know what I mean? There's a couple other things we got to talk about too. Important things for Switch 2 owners. A lot of Switch 2 owners probably know about this. Some don't. Okay. But you only get one chance to transfer your data from Switch 1 to Switch 2 during initial setup. Can we talk about that? Can somebody else confirm? Can we get some confirmation on that? This means if you mess it up, you got to do a full factory reset. That's nasty work, bro. Pretty sure you can factory reset and do it again. Okay, but that's nasty work. That's nasty work, MJ. I'm pretty sure you can factory reset. Why we got to do that? Why we got to do that, though, man? It's all good. I'm tripping right now. But also another thing to mention, Nintendo also warns people, because they've been doing this. I don't know, people always do this, but do not remove the pre-applied protective film on the screen. It's intended to prevent dangerous glass shards if broken. Many people have been also removing that. Oh my gosh. Major performance improvements. We got Batman Arkham Knight, doubled FPS performance. Shout out to them. Okay. Now it's stable at 30 frames per second. Witcher 3 finally stable. Okay. Finally, Animal Crossing, Pokemon seeing faster loading times. We got a lot of people talking about how the upgrades are helping a lot of these games. I'm just saying. That's what we hearing. Fortnite, my Fortnite head said massive improvement, 60 frames per second, higher resolution, enhanced draw distance. What are we talking? Mouse control capabilities. Talk to me now. Joy-Con upgrades, improved ergonomics, bigger buttons, stronger magnetic attachments. And we ain't gonna talk about what YouTuber, what is it, Marcus Brownlee or whatever his name is, okay? Because he definitely gave Joy-Cons praise. And y'all know we've been shitting on the Joy-Cons for a while. I will say this, though. There is Joy-Con drift concerns because the new Joy-Cons, they've been redesigned in a way where if the drift happens, and when it does, it won't be as easy to repair, from my understanding. Okay, let those guys. You know what? I want to ask some guys there. As far as repairs, I don't know if anyone has seen the internals of a Joy-Con, but that is something that people are worrying about if drift starts to occur. Let me ask you guys, if drift starts to occur, we got MGR here. If drift starts to occur, can you fix this easier? Is it more difficult? What happens? All right. Okay. Mario Kart World. Oh, my goodness. Impressive launch, guys. I must say, I love it. But a lot of people have been trashing it, too. So it's been kind of both ways. But I'm going to just say the open world map is huge. I love it. Free roam. And I ain't even got it because I ain't even want to switch to. I didn't even want it. I just been watching it. It is beautiful. Welcome tour. Amazing. I have to say that. I can go on and on. No Man's Sky, free upgrades. Like Nintendo has been backwards compatibility. Like they've been throwing out left and right. It's been, oh my goodness. Nintendo, what are you doing? All right, come on, man. I see what you're doing. Let me take a second. I see what you're doing. You want to make this your time. You know what I'm saying? You want to make this your time. Okay. Durability and stress tests. Jerry Rig Everything. For those who have not seen it, please go ahead and check that out. Jerry Rig Everything said the Switch 2 is surprisingly very durable. He does everything to it, y'all. He tries to break the hell out the screen. I mean, the plastic on the screen does scratch easily. That is one thing. But the bend test, oh my goodness, it made through the bend test. And due to Joy-Cons detaching safely without damaging the pins, it actually doesn't hurt, you know, the Joy-Cons when you wind up. So this was actually impressive. I think that was pretty cool. Also, a lot of places were sent out of stock signs beforehand because they knew they were going to be out of stock. So they had that shit up. So some places you didn't even have to worry about. There was the GameStop controversy. For those who do not know, GameStop was stapling. They are so damn dumb. GameStop, and this is something that Joe mentioned, they were stapling receipts to the front of the Nintendo Switch 2 box, y'all. This is actually, which one was that? Was it in the Bronx or Brooklyn or somewhere? It was somewhere. I think it was in Brooklyn. That sounded like some Brooklyn shit. They said the air condition broke. It was hot, so the tape wasn't sticking. And I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how hot it is. You could take your ass right across the street and get some duct tape. All right, get something else. Get some strong tape, man. Stop using the Scotch tape. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So you staple to their screens. And now you get, oh man, you are having corporate come down on your ass, bro. Whoever decided that, the manager is getting fired. Mark my words. All right, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly some shit like that. But to tape a receipt to a box. Hold on. Let me ask y'all something, man. Is that not idiotic? Can't you just I've always seen receipts be put inside a bag. Or I've been asked, do you want your receipt? Do you want to hold your receipt? Like when it comes to expensive items, the receipt is like taken care of. I've never seen somebody just get your Nintendo Switch and got your shit pre-bagged. Pick up, bow, put a staple on your shit. Here you go, man. Bow, staple. Here you go, man. And then you know that's how they stapled it. They got the big ass long school stapler and they back out. That's all they did. And put holes in the screen. My bad. Saw something on Reddit where someone said a Best Buy location was trying to force people in line to sign up to a credit card or they wouldn't get it. Oh, nasty work. In the end, someone called them out on it and they were going to report them. And then they said they didn't need the credit card. Best Buy, you slick bastards, you slick bastards, you. Because I can see that right now. Like, hey, y'all, we got 10 Nintendo Switches for whoever got a credit score above 650. You know what I mean? Hey, credit score above 650. Come on right in. We're going to sign you up and we're going to keep making money off you too. Crooked bastards. Now, there also was a touching tribute because NVIDIA CEO, I think it's Jensen Huang, delivered a heartfelt tribute to the late Nintendo president, Satoru Iwata. I always mess these names up, so don't kill me, guys. But he credited him for a visionary idea behind the original Switch, and he kind of wanted to make this heartfelt thing going for the Switch 2 moving forward. Thought that was beautiful. Dap me up, Harry Knuckles and all. Okay. Plus, Moss, what's going on, Petrix? A lot of people tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in. If you can, go ahead and hit the like, share out the content, my dogs. Dap me up, Harry Knuckle and all. All right. Sales and supply. Let's talk about it. Early sales indicate the Switch 2 is the biggest console launch ever. No one has ever seen a launch like this. We called this a long time ago by all the hype. We knew it was coming. it launched, you've seen people going live nonstop. Everybody was playing with their Nintendo Switch 2. And that's how it was. Nintendo America President Doug Bowser reassured fans that despite initial shortages, Nintendo will continue to meet demand throughout the holidays despite tariffs. Okay. Now, there have been viral moments, which including Walmart and their free snacks. Mario Kart World had a lot of crazy stunts. I know that was something else. There were a lot of fan-made videos showing like all different kinds of capabilities with the noise canceling. It was like so much stuff going on with the Nintendo Switch 2. But I can go on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Bam. Now, guys, that was a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 shit. Now, I still got Nintendo Switch 2 news coming up. And I got people I want to bring in really quickly. So I want to get through these others really quick. And let's move on because I got to bring in my dude Joe. I got MGR here, and I want to go ahead and talk about Migflash, specifically Migflash. That's going to be a big one. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. Let's see if I got this shit right. Bye, yeah, let's go. Quick, fast, we're going to run through this. Everybody's seen Summer Game Fest. I would say Summer Game Fest to me was a little lackluster. I was expecting a little more. I don't know if it's just the time, the day and age, but I just didn't feel it. It just didn't, so I did like the announcements, a lot of things that were announced. So let's go ahead and quickly go over a lot of those things. Resident Evil 9 Requiem was announced for February 27 of 2026 and promises a new era of blending survival horror with cinematic action. Very curious to see that. Mortal Shell 2. Okay, a lot of people were looking forward to Mortal Shell 2. I actually haven't played the first Mortal Shell. So I don't know if you can tell me about the first Mortal Shell, if it was good. Never played it. But when I think of games like that, I think of Elden Ring or Dark Souls. I think of those type of games. Very curious to see Mortal Shell 2, though. Death Stranding 2 is another one, which was showcased with new cinematic footage, but limited gameplay is going to be releasing soon. Atomic Heart 2 has expanded RPG elements. It's going to be having a cyberpunk infused style sequel in active development. You also see that. Features, this is Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I don't know if anybody's really big on Onimusha. I haven't played the series, but if you are, you're probably going to like that. It now features legendary actor Toshiro Mifune. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Arriving 2026. Now, Joe said Migflash.com is down. Migflash might go down from time to time. I think Migflash will come up, though. I think it will come back up. All right. I've seen it go down from time to time for different reasons. Hey, and maybe see if you can get into a Blizzard fight. We got some people seeing if they can get into Migflash. You can go ahead and look into that. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. Code Vein 2, anime-style Souls-like sequel, is announced for 2026. We got War for Westeros, which is a new Game of Thrones real-time strategy game coming next year. Sonic Cross Worlds Racing we have, which is a new kart racer with Minecraft crossover infused racing, I guess it is. I'm not sure how that shit's going to work, but nonetheless, they're probably going to go directly at head-to-head to Mario Kart because Mario Kart's a big thing right now, and I don't doubt it. Everybody's trying to come after Smash Brothers. Now people want to try to come after the kart racer. It's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a tough battle going against Mario Kart. That shit is amazing. So you're going to have to bring it. And the crossover is the best thing to do, but it didn't work for the Nickelodeon game. All right. So you better come with it. Jurassic World Evolution 3. Okay. Dinosaur Park Management. You guys love that. That sequel is going to be releasing October 21st of 2025. Also, Scott Pilgrim EX, a new brawler sequel featuring Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers. 2026 release is coming, y'all. Oh man, dap me up. That's a lot of good hits coming. That's a lot of good hits. All right, not sure if that's the right one. Hold on, nigga. If you did play some of it, okay. All right. And see, I figured that this and the mix switch we already know, and that's why we're gonna go into that. We're gonna talk more about it because we already know what it is. Okay. Now. We're going to go ahead and move to the surprise indie hits, y'all. I ain't going to lie. Felt that. Have y'all seen that? Boxing. It's a puppet-based boxing game. I'm not going to lie. Looks fire. I'm all into indie hits. I don't know about y'all. I'm a little crazy with that. We got Killer N, okay? This is going to be Square Enix 24-player social deduction title. We got Lego Voyagers, which has co-op building and exploration title, okay, from Annapurna. And we got Mixtape, narrative-driven, coming-of-age musical adventure. All right, that mixtape is going to be fire. Now, I don't really care about these other game reveals. You guys might care about them, but I'll say them anyway. I'm not a big Dying Light fan, but I know a lot of people are mad at me. My bad. Dying Light the Beast, yes, is launching in August. We also got Infestimals, tiny alien adventure game from Epic Games Publishing. Axe of Blood, which is a beat 'em up made by some guys in Indonesia. And Blighted, which is a Western psychedelic road-like Guacamole developers made it. I don't know much about that. Now we can go ahead and move on. There's a lot of other things I could have talked about. I could have talked about Street Fighter 6, Year 3. They got a bunch of DLC coming. Lies of P, which by the way, Lies of P, fire. Okay, Lies of P has Overture DLC. Can't wait to see that. Splitgate 2. Oh my goodness, that dev came out there, make first-person shooters great again. He shitted on Call of Duty, did all types of things, man. Now he's trying to backtrack it, talking about what you ain't getting out the way of that. Okay, so everybody looking to the Splitgate 2 dev, you ain't slick. You're gonna try to roast them, but you got microtransactions. Don't try to roast Call of Duty. Okay, don't be trying to bring Call of Duty to get some hype to your game. Nice try, brother. It worked. Special mentions is Wu-Tang, Rise of the Deceiver. Everybody, we got to support Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. We also got Stranger Than Heaven, which is a Yakuza-like noir title set in 1943. Very curious about that one. And we got Chronicles Medieval, which is a Tom Hardy narrated medieval war epic hitting early access in 2026. Okay, bam, there we go. So we can get through all those and move on to the next topic. I told you we're gonna run through Summer Games Fest. You guys, everybody who wants to see the games, I'm gonna tell you guys something, and this is something that I found out the hard way, and I'm gonna preach to everyone out there. Okay, I seen Summer Games Fest, a lot of people covering Summer Games Fest content. I seen a lot of people posting Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson pay-per-view. I seen a lot of people posting a lot of different events. This is something I'm gonna say. Okay, all of them were striked and taken down. It's a different era nowadays. Every single piece of content, okay, is very stricken upon. You really can't do much. Okay, so I see a lot of these people that are having these things taken away, and I just want to let everybody know that's why I do not show the games, the trailers, the so-and-so. All that's going to happen is it's going to get taken. It's going to get copyright strike. And if you have channels that you make monetization off of and actual any type of revenue, you don't want to lose your revenue, especially over something like that or what you built. Okay, so that's my advice to everybody out there. Okay. That's why if you want to go ahead and check out the games of Summer Games Fest, go ahead and look at Summer's Game Fest. Check them out. Other people got trailers. They got reasons or licenses where they can play the trailers, and go have at it. Okay, have at it. So next one, quick. I told y'all we moving through this. Yo, we actually making great time, bro. Thank you. Let's see if I got this right. Oh man, y'all know I love this segment. This is actually one of my favorites. Everybody else starting to like it too. It's a continuation. This is the nice, the naughty, the Nick. This is where we talk about 3 things nice, 3 things I think are pretty naughty, and 3 things that are buck wild crazy as shit. And that's the Nick. All right, I'm buck wild. I'm crazy. I get a little crazy. You know what I mean? Now, inside the crib, I'm chill. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. When I get out in public, as y'all can see there, I don't know if y'all see the picture in the back. Y'all see that? No lie, I got his sword and I was ready. I went to straight ninja mode. I was a for real ninja. Like you couldn't tell me I wasn't a ninja. You know what I mean? Over here, the guy over there. Oh, excuse me, the other side right here. This guy, I would have boxed him and knocked him out that day. I would have boxed him, and he looked fit too. I would have got him. I was in my element, man. All right. I ain't gonna lie, he would have whooped my ass. Let's go ahead and let's get to the next one. The nice, the naughty, the Nick. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and let's see if we can get this. That's a DDG fight. Okay, bam. Okay, we're gonna get this. This is always a nice, fun part. So McDonald's has announced, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's give a big we got to give it up for this one, man. If y'all don't give it up, every fat person, if you love fast food, your inner fat boy better speak. All right, McDonald's has announced the official return of the beloved snack wrap, y'all. I'm not even a snack wrap person, but I'll eat one. I don't even like veggies and all that shit. I eat a snack wrap. But this is set for July 10th. This is 2 more days, man. I'm counting them down. It'll be available in 2 delicious flavors: spicy, featuring that popular habanero sauce, and ranch. echoing the classic taste from back in 2016. Okay. That's 20. Look, Joe said 20. Said 2016. I don't know. We got to check, but they said 2016 here. That's what I got right here. Now, each wrap comes with a nice, delicious Mick crispy strip, lettuce, cheese, and sauce. McDonald's promises to keep the snack wrap permanently as long as the demand stays high. So snack wrap lovers, I want y'all to go ahead and rejoice. All right, let's go ahead. Like I said, that was nice. That was nice. I told you the nice thing. This is real nice things now. Okay. So Mr. Beast, in another massive gesture, as he always does massive gestures, Mr. Beast has rented the entire Disneyland for a romantic date with his fiance for $500,000. I think her name is Thea Booyason. I don't know how to pronounce it. Y'all help me out. But yes, $500K. That is correct. It didn't stop there. He also organized a private dinner, as you guys can see right in front. That is a beautiful view. I got to say, Mr. Beast, that's a beautiful view, though. This private dinner had celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, okay? And he actually rented a private island and set up extravagant dates, totally nearly $1 million. Okay, so multiple people there having dates. Beautiful. I must say, Mr. Beast, this is a beautiful thing. I do like that. I think that's why I said it's nice. Even though he spent $500,000, and yeah, he shut down Disneyland. It seems like it's after hours. Okay, didn't do it during a popular time, or it could have been whenever. So I want people to trip. You know what I mean? So I ain't really mad at Mr. Beast for this one. You know, a date, $500,000 buy it. I ain't tripping over that. I ain't gonna shit on Mr. Beast for this one. You know what I mean? Like, I think he went ahead and paid for the date. It's all good. But Mr. Beast, we got to talk, because you also have exclusive tours of your Beast Game Season 2 set. Everybody know Beast Games, which I can't wait to see Beast Game Season 2. I'm a fan. All right. You can go ahead and view that Beast Game Season 2 set right now. Y'all know that? Everybody right now can go ahead and view that set for $100K. So my man just made the money for this date right here. So Mr. Beast, I got to say, you think you're slick, but you know, capitalism's a bitch, and that's the way the game works. So I'm with you. Mr. Beast has officially got at least 5 people to do the tour of the Season 2 set, which means they paid for this date right here. Congratulations. Now we're on to the next topic. Y'all thought I told you my inner fat boy is real, y'all. I seen one snack wrap and I could not stop, y'all. Snack wrap heaven. I don't know what the hell was going on to me, but y'all, Popeyes. My bad. I hit the keyboard. I done knocked everything down. Y'all, Popeyes. Not only known for that delicious chicken sandwich, not only known for the meme of the black woman sitting on the bench on the side of a Popeyes after working a Saturday with a long line of cars and still sweating. Not that Pop. No. Popeyes, they changing it up. Popeyes has stepped into the snack wrap game. Popeyes, what you doing, man? Hey, Popeyes, man. McDonald's mad, man. They mad. You know your chicken be crunchy and fatty too. Oh, man, what is you doing? Now, the new chicken wraps are going to be available in classic, spicy, and honey mustard flavors. They now available for $3.99 each. That's not a bad price with inflation and all that. Y'all got to share out the content. Hit the like and that. Share out just for the damn snack wrap. You know what I mean? Now you can pair that with a fresh blueberry lemonade or a sweet tea. Yes, y'all, they bringing the blueberry lemonade back. Popeyes, y'all about to make me start. What time is it? I think I might got time to Popeyes open late around here. The crew is a little different and the food don't taste the same, but they got a Popeyes late night over here. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, Popeyes. Thank you for this one. Let's go ahead. Told y'all, man. We got to move on. That was damn, man. That looked delicious. I'm hungry right now just looking at that. Look at the shit. Damn, why I do that? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. So, moviegoers, I want y'all to brace yourself. I want y'all to hold on to your seats, okay? I want y'all to hold on to your seats. AMC decides to add even more commercials before the movies. Yes, AMC theaters just made sitting through previews even worse. Starting July 1st, AMC will add extra ads directly before the movie starts, pushing the total pre-film time closer to 25 minutes or more. After years of resisting, AMC finally caved to the advertiser National Cinemedia for this so-called platinum spot, hoping to boost revenue. Of course, guys, on Black people time, we always come like 20 minutes late anyway. This is perfect for us. Like, they just gave us, like, now we get to be on time for the movie. Like, this is perfect. I said, yo, you added more. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to be on time for the movie. Holy Lord. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. You know what I mean? Usually it's like, oh shit, I'm coming late. You know, I got my seats already, but damn, I want to get some popcorn. And no, 25-minute pre-roll. I'm going to be on time. Holy shit. Thank you. It's like, I'll be on time for the movies. Okay, I ain't lying. But the Black folks time, I ain't gonna lie, to give you a little more time. Okay? I ain't gonna lie. That's nasty work, AMC. That's nasty work. Let's go ahead and move. I could have put it under the nice, but I know it's nasty for everybody. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, man. Now he said, never had an AMC near me. Usually went to Marcus Theater. Oh, shout out Marcus, man. All right, and of course we had to talk about it. I got to show the pictures. We mentioned it before, y'all, but imagine getting your Nintendo Switch 2 and opening it, y'all. Of course we had to talk about it and show the pictures. We mentioned it earlier, man. Look at the staple holes, y'all. Just look at the screens. You waited all day for a Nintendo Switch 2. You waited in line. Your wife was mad because you took off work, and you don't take off work for her, but you took off work for a Nintendo Switch 2. She mad, bro. She mad. But it's all good. You got your Nintendo Switch 2, man. You came home. She get to see it. You spend time with her because you don't really got to play the game right away. You got it. But imagine you spend time with her. You come back later on and find out that your Nintendo Switch 2 got some holes in it. Yes, the infamous Staplegate, y'all. That's what we calling this. It's the infamous Staplegate. Happened at a Staten Island GameStop. And I'm telling you, the manager needs to be fired. This decision to use a stapler on top of the box is the dumbest thing. We all know, especially with electronics, you do not do anything to puncture the box. You be very gentle, man. You take a little thing. If you slide anything, you better just peel the tape, man. Peel the tape, bro. Peel the tape. Pull the tape back. Open the box. What are you doing? Shoving any? Stop. This guy, man, Staten Island, man. Come on. Staten Island. It's nasty work, man. It's just condolences to those guys, man, that got the holes in the Nintendo Switch 2. I honestly believe this is what I think the fix should be. I think GameStop should give them brand new Nintendo Switch 2 units, but they get to keep those. I think that should be what it should be, because then, therefore, you could still play the game and, you know, enjoy. Now, luckily, this one, it seems like it was something else there. It might have been. So, nonetheless, let's move on to the next one. So, yes, this is nasty work, y'all. This is sad. This guy should be a damn shame of himself. In a viral TikTok causing fury online, a grown man, y'all, a grown-ass man, y'all see him right there. Yes. He shamelessly, and I mean shamelessly, cleared out an entire store shelf of Pokemon cards right in front of a young man right there. You see that young man? He was hoping to get one pack. He literally stood in front of the kid, cleaned out everything, and didn't leave the kid a pack, man. The kid's sad right there. Now, this went viral, leaving people furious. I'm already sure this guy's name out there and everything else, but these scalpers have gotten ridiculous. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I got a heart for the kids. So if I'm gonna do, I understand getting scalpers. I ain't gonna be too hard on you because you got, you know, it's capital. There's everybody out there making it grind, right? So he got to make his money. He got there first. He can get them. But the thing is, it's like, little man, what you do, this is what everybody do. How many are you gonna get? Little man would have said, I just want 3 packs. All right, little man, go on, grab your 3 packs. Little man would have grabbed his 3 packs, grab all yours. Let little man grab his 3 packs with your grown ass, man. Damn. That's crazy, man. So the second my suppliers say parts are in stock, I'm ordering several of each thing. Yo, you're going to be smart, MGR, for that, because you know it's coming. Them Switch 2 repairs is coming, man. Now, let's go ahead. We on to the Nick. That's crazy. That dude need to be a damn shame of himself. Oh, my goodness. This is a great one right here. Y'all, what happens when a revolutionary AI comes forward and everybody goes, man, I've never seen this AI. Boom, it blows their mind. And they go, yo, this AI is beyond ChatGPT. It's something else, man. It's developed a whole new thing for itself, only to find out it's 700 Indian engineers working around the clock. Yes. Bankruptcy is coming around the corner. Builder.ai, a London-based AI company, was funded by Microsoft, actually, believe it or not, collapsed spectacularly after it was exposed as a glorified call center with human developers instead of algorithms. Yes, it was not algorithms. These guys were completely faking. And not only did they fake their AI, but they also reportedly faked their sales numbers. Okay? So these guys are complete scum. Builder.ai, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you're going to just be engineers, just come out and say you're engineers. Don't fake AI. Is that the play? Oh, are we there yet? Like, I thought we had time before we get to faking AI. Like, we faking AI now? I thought that was something that come down the line. Like, we gotta fake AI to trick AI. Like, that's what I thought it was for. I didn't know we fake AI to each other. Like, come on, man. That was stupid, bro. That was the dumbest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? You're not even AI. You're 700 and Indian engineer. It specifically says Indian engineers. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Let's go ahead. Now, as you can see, the first company was Builder.ai, followed by Builder.io. The reason I have to put this because in a hilarious twist, this is very funny, another software company has seemed to caught all the damn smoke of Builder.ai scandal. Yes, believe it or not, just because of Builder.ai's issues, Builder.io, Steve Sewell, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, CEO, said they have spent days frantically trying to clean up all this stuff that they've been accused of just because of Builder.ai. A lot of people are getting the two mixed up. This has also cost the company some revenue. Now, I want to know, is that possible lawsuit that can happen? Because, I mean, your name's close, but if that's the talk, that's deep. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I really don't think so, but Builder.io is facing a possible disaster because Builder.ai sucked so bad and lied. That is terrible. And that's what happens when your name is close to another name of a business. It can go good or bad, but I think people should realize, and hopefully they recognize that this is not the same business. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this one. TSA. Oh my goodness, y'all. TSA wants touchless VR pat downs. Yes, they do. TSA said that patting down in virtual reality is going to be the new thing. Okay, they are experimenting with VR sets right now and sensors that let agents actually pat you down and search you, and you might experience like a weird sensation, they said, which I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like do I feel like a little magnetic thing on my balls or something? Like, I have no idea what this is, but nonetheless, TSA is thinking about using VR to pat folks down. And that's kind of scary because anything you have that you're holding on you, like, they're looking through you. And I kind of feel like if they do that, there needs to be another TV screen above that actually shows what they're looking at, because I don't think it's fair that they get to see certain things or be able to see certain parts of you or looking at you might not be able to know, right? That's kind of weird. Kind of weird, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to look at the Johnson, go and look. You know what I mean? That's kind of crazy. Yo, I agree. It's TSA Simulator. As a matter of fact, that's going to be the training program. They're just going to have TSA Simulator, and that's the training program. But this is amazing. And I know TSA is trying to look for faster ways to be able to pat people down and be able to be more secure. And as AI is coming along, people are going to be less and less able to be able to get things through. Okay, so nonetheless, that is the nice, the naughty, the Nick. Now, y'all, I told you, this is the one right here. This is the one everybody been saying, man. Oh, man. Now, a lot of this information I already knew ahead of time. I spoke. Oh, appreciate it, man. I got people commenting still and all that. My bad. But I knew a lot of this information ahead of time. Knew a couple people that actually tried it. Okay, there were a couple Nintendo Switch units that were out early, but there was not a day one patch out. Once the day one patch was put up, we knew what was going to happen. Everybody should have been 120% certain. But for those who do not know, let's get into it. Now, Migflash is a well-known retailer of flash cards. A lot of people may not know them. A lot of people do here. But they're known for their flash cards for Nintendo devices. And the Migflash, we don't want to mess up the name, is now stating, which we know it's bullshit right now. Just bullshit right now. But they might be coming back with something. that apparently this full-fledged works with the Nintendo Switch 2. Full-fledged. Works inside out. You put it in, click it on, it works. You don't need nothing else. You do it. That's what the claim was originally. Okay. There have been a lot of other YouTubers have come out, put out videos. Big YouTubers even. I mean, I've seen people with thousands, millions of subscribers putting out videos showing the Migflash going into the Nintendo Switch. Okay. Now, there have been users who purchased the Mig Switch just to test it on the Switch 2. That's how big this news got. Now, there was a viral tweet from the Migflash store that was viewed over 1.5 million times. This is what kind of started all the talk. A lot of people know they were, putting this out there, and they believe that this thing was going to work. But soon to find out, this is very misleading from Migflash. Very misleading, as it does not work. Now, the community, y'all know how the community get, y'all. Y'all know how the community get. Look at the chat. Yeah, it will do that, but crashes when loading any game. You see that? Yo, community went outraged. They calling all types of bullshit. You know what? I'm not surprised though, because Migflash, it's kind of weird because Migflash just to come out and say that, right? But then to find out, I don't know. That's kind of weird for me, y'all. I don't know. But customers reported a lot of shipping delays with Nintendo Switch 2, so some people couldn't try it. But I want to ask people here, okay, MGR, and I want to say this, MGR, and that is 100% correct. There are a couple things you're going to put up. MGR said from day one, from the beginning of everything, this was months ago. He said it was not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. He said that multiple times. Now I want to ask a lot of people, do you think that a possible update could come to make this work? Can I get the chat? Update to come to work? Update to come to work. Y'all think so? Is it going to get it to work? Nope. Everybody's saying no. We got Joe with a yes. Okay, so we got a no, a yes. We got some people think. Now, this is the one thing I will say. What is launching when the game launches? How is it launching? I'm sure the game is not launching the same way the Nintendo Switch, the original Nintendo Switch, launched the game. Those same files might be needed on the Nintendo Switch cart. But if the process is different, if there's some sort of virtualization going on, if there's some other process that it goes through, very similar. A lot of people remember, I think it was the Wii U that had the VWii and the Wii U side. They could totally have that separate to where if you do get access, you only get access to the Switch 1 side, right? Like, I think things like that are more possible, but I want to give Nintendo more benefit of the doubt. I do think with their new stance, you are going to have people who just don't like their new stance with what they're doing for systems, and a mod will come out for it. What will the mod be? No idea. Now, if I had to ask everybody the timeline, how long? Now, I said day one. I was wrong. I'm admit day one. I said day one is going to be one out there. Now, there was a mod. There was a little, I'm going to say this. It was hacked, but I don't care about hacked because you can hack and not really get access to shit. Okay. You can put a square on your Switch. Okay. That's cool. That's cool, bro. You put a little square on your Switch. Nice. That's a beginning. That's a beginning. It's a good thing to see. It's not much. You're not utilizing much. So we got 2 years for a hack. MGR, 12 to 24 months. So 1 to 2 years. I'm already wrong. So now if I have to go ahead, I'm already wrong. I could say whatever. I do think there will be some hack this year. This year, which means within the next 6 months. I don't know what that hack will be, but I think that hack will be on a firmware version that a lot of people will no longer have. And I think Nintendo Switch 2s, when they come out by that time, will not have that firmware version. And I think a lot of people will have updated by that time. It's my personal guess. I think it's going to be a day one patch situation. I think that's it. I think it's going to be, and you know what? It may be where the system doesn't even have the day one patch. That may be something, to look out for. So just saying there. So I can go on and on talking about Migflash, but I'm going to tell you guys something personally from media. I got contacts, man. I got a couple contacts. I'll never say who my contacts are. Some people know who my contacts are, right? But I can tell you this. If they could have had that shit out, it would be out, bro. That's all I'm going to say. They could have had it out, it'll be out. Because you think the biggest console launch in the history of video games, if you knew that it would work for the Nintendo Switch 2, do you know how much money that would be? Do you know how many Migflash units would have sold if that happened? Crazy to think about. Now, I'm going to wind up bringing in my folks for the last segment. Then I want to also talk about Nintendo Switch and other things with them. So that way we can get through the whole show and then have them on and get the whole powwow and the whole shit going. All right. So here we go. We on to the last one, man. Last words to Migflash, man. Holla at your boy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to send y'all an email, man. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. Let me know what's going on. If you need me to test something, let me know. I'll go ahead and get the unlock switch, the version 1, the version 2, the unlock switch they gave me, the purple, the black. Which one? You know what I'm saying? I'll put them all in the Switch 2 and just tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever helps. Like, you need to help me, help you, help it, whatever we got to do. All right, whatever we got to do, man. All right. Shit, I'm just trying to help y'all out. So let's go ahead and move on to our favorite segment. Y'all, this the one, man. This the one when we all come in. And just so you know, I'm gonna explain the rules as well. This is Choose Your Fate. It's a game where you have 2 decisions to make. You can only pick one. You cannot go both sides. You can only pick one. When you pick that one, you stick with that one. You do not switch sides. Okay? You stand loyal by your choice. Now, I got a couple people on the side here I want to bring in. I don't bring everybody in here. Hopefully we can hear everybody.
What's going on, Nick?
What's going on, Joe? I got Joe here. I got Blizzard Fox is in. I don't know. Blizzard Fox got audio. May not. MGR's here. Anybody got audio? Oh, Blizzard Fox. Audio nice. Okay. MGR, do you got audio going? How's it going? All right, MGR working. He working.
Somebody's talking very low.
Okay, who was that talking low? Who was that? It could be Blizzard Fox. Maybe low.
He's
I hope I ain't low. You know,
no, you're loud and clear.
Yeah, that's why I think it'll be this fellow saying, okay. All right, so we got MGR.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Oh, yeah, can hear you. Good.
A little bit louder.
Good.
You're able to.
Good. MGR on the side, he good. He chilling. You know what I mean? He always there. All right. Now, as a matter of fact, MGR, I do this. So I turn you down. So we ain't even got to hit, you know. You let me know. If you want me to turn you up, turn you up. You know what I mean? I got you down right now. So that way you can do whatever. We ain't got to worry. You win. All right. So we're going to go ahead to choose your fate, man. Joe, Blizzard Fox, I do want to get y'all input on Nintendo Switch stuff. We're going to definitely talk about that. But until you know, we got so much to cover. We're going to run through Choose Your Fate real quick. And I'm going to get y'all opinions, man. We got another spicy one. This one, I always tell you, it's random select. It's like up in start in the corner. You know what I mean? You oh, yeah. I got my, character. So we're going to go ahead to Choose Your Fate. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we'll go ahead and damn, do I got this playing? Is it okay, I do. Now, I'm going to stop it for a second. And I'll go ahead. We'll do a round robin. I see here. What's the order we got? We got okay, I got myself, Blizzard Fox, Joe, MJ. Okay, so we go myself. I'll go first, then we go Blizzard Fox, and we go Joe. So that's the order I see it there on the screen. All right. So now, which platform fell off harder? Google, Stadia, Nintendo, Wii U. The fact that this even got put together is ignorant. Of course, it's Google Stadia. Like, come on, Wii U fell off. I know people still sitting on the shitter right now with their Wii U. Are you crazy? Like, ain't nobody sitting on the shitter with a Stadia, bro. Like, I know people who don't even take their Series X to a shitter, but take their Wii U to the shitter, man. Like, stop disrespecting the Wii U, man. Google Stadia fell off hard, man. Disappear. Spit on that thing like the girl, that's terrible, man. It's terrible. I don't even know how the fact they put these two together. Like, Google Stadia got to go with something else. This is disrespectful to Nintendo Wii U. I almost feel like fighting. I almost feel like fighting, man. This is crazy, nasty work. Of course, the platform that fell off harder is Google Stadia. There we go. Mr. Fox, your turn.
Alrighty then. I am more or less on the same boat with you, Nick. This is a no contender Google Stadia for me. More so the reason why is because I feel like even that throughout the main course of the Wii U's life, it still has a good following now, especially within the hacking community, especially retro collectors. It's still a good console, even though that it did flop in its beginning in its life. But Google Stadia, I feel like that was just more like a fad type thing, especially when cloud gaming was becoming popular for a good amount of time.
Facts. I like that, man. Well said. Joe, it's on you. Which one you got?
I agree with you, hands down. This is a horrible comparison, Stadia. You know, they should have like put together like, you know, Stadia or some type of bootleg Five Below, like, you know, gaming system.
Yeah. They should have.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been a great one. Ouya and Stadia. Like, this is just such disrespect. I told you
I got them both used off of the marketplace.
Yeah, great system, man. It's disrespectful, man. I felt like this was just so disrespectful. I don't know. Like I told y'all.
The only thing that I can say that Stadia did get right was the controller.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a good controller.
I agree with you. That was it. And you're right. The only thing. That was the best way to say that, because the controller felt great. I will agree. Felt great. But yeah. I did.
I don't even own one.
I don't.
I did. I think I gave
find a controller so I can get the Bluetooth update on it.
Oh.
I think I gave it to like my son or something. I was like, yeah, you can play the Stadia. You get that shit away to your son. Hey, man, go and take the Stadia, man. He ain't play that shit either. He threw that shit in the corner. All right, so let's go ahead. Now the next one, okay? All right, now I'm first going to introduce the question. Blizzard Fox, we're going to have you start this one. Then we go to Joe. I'll take last. Which is the bigger loser? Dan from Street Fighter or Glass Joe from Punch-Out? Blizzard Fox, you can start.
I'll be frankly honest. I am not familiar with the Street Fighter characters, or at least their backstories.
So, what would be, if you had to pick, it'd just be Glass Joe? Yeah,
it would just be Glass Joe. I mean, I'm surprised the guy is even a boxer, despite having a. Unless I remember, if he's not a heavy hitter, then he would have been a glass cannon. But
lying, man, yo. Glass Joe is something else, man. Stuff. Okay, Joe. Which one you got?
I would say definitely Glass Joe, not Admin Joe.
Hey, you got that one, not Admin Joe. So you say Glass Joe. Why you got Glass Joe, man? Why you pick Glass Joe over Dan?
I saw videos of him a long time ago, just memes of getting his ass whooped. I'm not really familiar, but I remember the memes and stuff. It's just like, I'm like, this guy looks horrible. It's like, what is this from?
He do. He get his ass whooped.
Wasn't he just meant to be like a starting or like introduction character for each boxing?
Yes. He was always your first fight, man. You know what I mean? Now, my choice for this one, this might upset everybody out there. I think not only y'all, but everybody. Dan is the bigger loser here, man. The reason why Dan's the bigger loser, a lot of people know. I know Glass Joe is a loser, okay? So I want everybody to hear me out on this before I continue going on. Glass Joe is a big loser. But if you do the history on Glass Joe, he's 1-99, okay? And do you know who that one win was against? The champion. The champion. Okay, so at least I can say Glass Joe beat the champion. Now, supposedly the champion swung, missed, and knocked himself out. And Glass Joe won, but still, Glass Joe won, beat the champion. I never seen Dan beat, Ryu, Ken, nobody. Okay, Dan, his Hadouken only reaches about as far as his face. All right, he can't kick, he can't do nothing. He just signs a damn autograph. So easily, bigger loser, Dan. There we go. See, that was a nice one.
Glass Joe puts up more of a fight.
Yeah, true. Yo, the dude dodged. That's supposed to be story.
They probably both lose.
Yeah, it'd be like draw. Two losers. Okay, here we go. Next one. This is a weird one. Okay. So
that's an easy
this one I'll announce, and then I have Joe. You're gonna be the one to start this one. Bigger red flag for a gamer: RGB lights on everything, or still using a 60 hertz monitor in 2025? Joe, which one you got?
RGB. Definitely. It's like, what are you, like flying a fucking spaceship? You're in the room by yourself. What is there to look at? No disrespect, people. I know I have friends that use the RGB stuff, but it's like I bought a desk. It was on clearance. It has the RGB lights in it. You know what I did? I unplugged it. It's like, it's so distracting from playing a game or doing something on the computer. It's like, what am I at, a fucking disco? It's like, it's stupid. I'm sorry.
Well said.
It's stupid.
Well said, man. I like how you went. Yo, my choice right here. I'm gonna say this is an easy one for me. It wasn't as easy as the first one, but I'm with Joe, man. RGB lights on everything has got to be a bigger red flag to me, man. Like I ain't gonna lie. I remember back in YouTube, I had a video, my intro, and some dead specimens still play it sometimes. I hate it. I ain't gonna lie. When I first made the intro, that shit was, man, I thought I was the shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, all the RGB lights. I had to, Moses I had to vape and the smoke was coming in. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. If you smoking a left-hand cigarette, that shit is beautiful to watch on the screen. You know what I mean? You sit back and chill like, oh, this shit looks awesome. But then I look back now, I'm like, damn, man, I do look kind of like a douchebag. I look kind of like a douchebag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look like, oh, man, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? Lick my balls. I'm all that. You know what I mean? That wasn't my flavor. You know what I'm saying? So now it changed. But RGB lights on everything. Hell no. I ain't got RGB lights on this shit now. Okay. Notice the change. I ain't got RGB lights all over. I cut that off. Now I just put a nice little picture up that's lit up or something. You know, something else. Just nice little decorations. I ain't got to have RGB. Every damn thing we buy now got RGB, man. My damn sneakers going to have RGB before you know it. RGB lights on everything. Blizzard Fox, on you.
The only reason why I'm leaning towards RGB lights is because I feel like that if anybody's using a 60 hertz monitor, it's probably one, they're using a TV, or two, budget build. But the reason why I would say that RGB lights is probably more of a red flag to me, at least nowadays, is that if they try focusing too much on the RGB. I don't mind some RGB. If someone likes it, they like it. But if they put a lot of their money towards RGB, I would just be questioning them. When they could have put it towards to like maybe a slightly better GPU that's only $60 more, a better CPU, possibly better motherboard for their entire build.
Yeah, why waste your money on accessories? Yeah, like when I build my computer, I'm still using it. It's from 2016 as a GTX 1080, and that's what I'm on now. Works great. It's just like people waste their money. Oh, Joe, did you buy a cool case? I'm like, I bought a cheap case. Like, well, why did you do that? I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking look at the case.
The only reason why I still have RGB on my personal computer is, one, I'm using something that's from 2017, so RGB was the craze back then.
Oh, definitely. My cooler has RGB in it.
He was right back then. It was the craze back then.
Yeah.
Right. And two, it just looks nice given that it's using an older motherboard that also had RGB built into it already. But I love the SLI build that I have right now.
Yeah, and shout out PlayStation Hacks, y'all. I see PlayStation Hacks. For those who don't know, man, PlayStation Hacks, I seen a couple little book. He got a book out there. I ain't gonna say all that. I don't know what to say, but I've been reading up. PlayStation Hacks be working on the scene, man. I ain't know. All right, so everybody check out
over there.
Yeah, and Twitter lit. All right, big shout out to PlayStation Hacks, man. My dogs, you know what I mean. Now everybody seems to be unanimous on that one, man. RGB lights. Okay, we was unanimous on that one. Let's go ahead and see the next one. Oh, so it's back to me. Yeah, boy. Okay, they gave me a good one for the first start. Now, which feature is more pointless? 6-axis motion controls or the Xbox 360 Kinect? Now, y'all, this is so easy for me. Y'all know I'm only one side, man. I don't rock with the dark side, man. Of course, the 6-axis is crap. Who wants that crap? Yo, I used to hold my NES controller and go, oh, buddy. Oh, I'm flying, Mom. Oh, gosh. Oh, shit. Nobody's doing that shit now, man. Don't nobody want to do that when you play the game, man. It's already enough shit moving. They getting motion sickness, people getting strokes and passing out and shit. We don't want to move with the controller, bro. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Okay, and the Kinect, by the way, people disrespecting the Kinect, ain't nothing been like the Kinect. I ain't seen nothing get Dance Dance Revolution and all these damn movement games right since the Kinect. Okay, Kinect been the best. Matter of fact, Microsoft, why did you stop? Why'd you stop? You know what I mean? The Kinect was the best thing since sliced bread, man. Imagine playing basketball and you crossing your homie for real. Bow! Oh, that was a real cross on the Kinect. Bow! Layup! We don't get that no more. So for me, it's easily pointless feature. 6-axis. Blizzard Fox, on you.
I'm not meaning to disrespect the Xbox 360's Kinect, but I'm leaning towards that one.
And why? Enlighten us.
More so just because, at least with 6-axis controllers nowadays, they give you the option to toggle it on and off. I think it's still a nice feature to have to certain games, like if you want to use it for like aiming controls. Beyond that, I don't really see a need beyond for that. Unless you're playing VR games, then you definitely need to have that.
Yeah.
But for the Xbox 360 Kinect, I loved it when I had it. I just wish that it wasn't like a strict requirement to play, or a specifically thing where it's already bundled into one of the most expensive consoles during that time.
My man preaching, man. I can't be mad.
But
can't be mad at you though.
But
you know what I'm saying?
The reason why I still love the Xbox 360 Kinect specifically is because at least for budget build VR, I've been using mine just to do full body access or tracking.
That's it, man. Beautiful, man. That thing worked great, man. It was like, and then I love how it just was great at tracking full body, man. So good at tracking.
Although the only thing that I didn't like was that it was technically sending data that they shouldn't have been sending. But
all
right, okay. So, Joe.
Now I'm a Sony fanboy. I got 3 PS5s, okay? And I'm gonna have to go with you on this. I can't stand the motion controls. I hate motion controls. I have like an Xbox Kinect. I never used it before, but anytime they have the option to turn off the motion controls, turn off, go like this, go like that, it's fucking stupid. Yeah. I'm here to play a game, not exercise.
Again, the only games that I really use 6-axis controls, at least in the modern console gaming as of right now, would be stuff like Breath of the Wild using bow aim.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
I don't like motion controls, period. It's too annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Good do it. Yo, MGR, are you here with us? Can you hear? Can you? I was testing the mic out before.
I saw him in the chat room.
Yeah, I was trying to see. Yeah. All right. His mic turned up, so when you come in, we'll hear him. All right, now that was a good one, man. I think everybody, okay, we all got some mixed answers in there.
Oh, this is you better all go with my choice on this.
Now, all right, so this one, I'm gonna announce a question, but Blizzard Fox is first. Who would win in a fight? My man from Shenmue, who is, how do you pronounce it? Is that Ryu
Hazuki.
Ryu Hazuki?
Yes.
Or Jago from Killer Instinct. Blizzard Fox, on you.
I'll be completely honest. I still don't know either one. So just for this one, I am just going to say no contender. I am out of this one.
No contender. That's a good answer. Good answer right there. Joe.
Okay, I'm answering for Blizzard Fox. I'm answering for myself. Ryu Hazuki all the way. That's my man over there.
Oh man, and now I just gotta do it now. Jago, of course it's Jago. It ain't no way Ryu's gonna stand with Jago the ninja himself. Do you see the muscles on that man? I remember to kick that man. Whoa, man, that man he does 49 hit combos like nothing. Ultra combo. That's all I hear when Jago start punching. Now I ain't gonna lie. Ryu, how you say it?
Hazuki.
Okay, Ryu Hazuki. One thing I give him, he got a nice little counterattack. You know what I mean? He might punch, pow, pow. You know, my man's good with that.
No, Ryu Hazuki's really fast with them punches and the like the martial arts and stuff. I'm telling you.
I'm going Jago. We're gonna have to clip this, man. We gotta take it. We gotta take this one to the streets, man. We gotta see.
No,
I ain't gonna lie. Now I was gonna say your man right here. If you would have put Ryu against what's the other guy from the Yakuza series, right? Like if you would put him against that guy, that would have been a nice little tough matchup.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that would have been a nice, but for fun the game, I just said Jago. What the hell? I got to keep the show going. You know what I mean? People. Now, Ooh, which classic more overhyped? Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye 007. Joe, this one's on you first.
I'm a big GoldenEye fan, but it's going to be Ocarina of Time. That's all people talk about. No one cares about 007. Back in the day, you know, like when you're my age and Nick's age, people really love 007, but it's like you don't hear anybody talking about that. It's always, oh, Zelda and Link and Zelda and Link. Ocarina of Time.
There. No, I'm with him. I'm gonna go right at you. Yeah, a GoldenEye 007 definitely is more overhyped now. Anybody that says it's like, you know, oh man, GoldenEye 00, no, nobody's talking about 007 nothing, bro. 007 is done. It's over with. The only thing we living through with 007 is the Golden Gun. Like that's the only thing that we can say. Like 007, that time was beautiful, but let's be honest, you try moving around with one analog stick right now and try playing a game like that, you're gonna have hell. Okay, you gonna
do it when we were kids though. That's what I can't figure out.
Hey, we was marksmen as kids. We was pow, bam. We could ricochet off the wall and shit as kids. Like, but now you move that shit, you walking, running up and shit, run. Hey, what the? Why do I keep? You know what I mean? Like, what? It's weird. Yeah. You know what I mean? Weird. But nonetheless, I say more overhyped. GoldenEye 007. I do believe Ocarina of Time still holds up. I think if you still play that game today, you could actually play it. I think it would actually be fun.
I agree with you 100%.
You know what I mean? And it'll be good. I think GoldenEye 007, you play today, you like, man, yeah, let me play, you know, something else. So that's mine. Blizzard Fox, what's yours?
I love both games, but I am going to have to agree with both of y'all and lean it towards Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Okay. Reason being is because even though that I'm way younger than you older folks playing the N64.
Hey, you know,
I'm starting to get into the N64 or like enjoying those games right now. And again, I wish that they brought GoldenEye or at least remade it to some extent on a newer platform. That way,
you gotta check out Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'm telling you, check out Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Now, MGR did. Now, I don't know if you played, but have you played the 07 remake or the 007 remake that came out on Game Pass? Supposedly, I played it, and it is like they did redo everything, but it still didn't capture me. It didn't capture me,
which is why I'm saying like a better. I would say a better remake. I should have said better remake.
Hey, the dump for the 360 worked really well, by the way.
Okay.
You gotta have a hack 360, but I played it was like the unofficial release, but it was all done, just never got published. It was found on a developer's hard drive or some shit. That worked out pretty cool. That was really cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, 007, man. So we all agree on that one.
At least for both games, they're one of the best titles that came out from its eras. I just wish that GoldenEye, at least nowadays, still has a little bit more respect than it has for instead of just big name Zelda, big name Link.
Big facts. Ab, what's going on? Dap me up. Harry Knuckles and all. See you in the building. I seen John 5 too, man. John 5, what's going on, man? See you in the building. Now, let's go ahead and hit the next one. Yo, these been some good ones. I ain't expect. Oh, damn. This is weird. Okay. I'll start this one, I guess. Which is a bigger cash grab? NBA 2K25 or the Sims 4 DLC? Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. These are two cash grabs, but to me, one is the ultimate cash grab. I think the Sims 4 is the ultimate cash grab right here. The Sims 4 came out with so much DLC, I wouldn't be surprised if it cost just as much as 2 consoles. Like, ain't no way you take one game and come out with enough DLC to extend a decade, right? Like, why do you keep coming out with DLC? Just come out with a new game. Just come out with a new game at this point. Okay, you don't need to keep DLC. Just give us updates. Don't make us pay for them. Have we heard of just giving updates for free? Have we heard of that? I don't know, man. To me, it's absurd how many DLC packs. Just look up. I want everybody to take time. Go to Sims 4 DLC packs. You will not be able to finish counting during my whole time of me talking right now. That's how many damn packs it is. Okay? Nonetheless, it is, of course, Sims 4 DLC. Blizzard Fox, it's on you.
While I do agree that the Sims DLC is getting out of hand, I'm still going to lean towards the NBA 2K series.
Tell us why.
I mean, not just Well, you just put it there as just the basketball games. I'm gonna put it under just the entire category of any sports game on there, dude. Madden or FIFA and NBA. Every single one, it's just the same game with new graphics. Don't get me wrong. If it's like starting out like if you're getting it for the kids, that's one thing. But every single year, it's just the same game to me. Maybe one or two random gimmicks here and there, but beyond that, it's just updated teams. That's all it is to me.
Yo, and then Joe, I want you to go, Bo. It's funny you said that because it's part truth to that. I don't know if a lot of people know, but there are people who still to this day play only certain year versions of their game.
That's what I heard.
And they grab the updates of the newest like rosters. And there are people who actually, so there are people out there who like, hey, I only play 2K23. I only play 2K21. And I just update the rosters. And it is a big actually ecosystem of these different updates.
The only years that I remember buying for myself was Madden 07 for the football games and FIFA 2012, I believe.
Yeah. Dang, that was back to throwbacks, man. Yo, Joe, which one you got, man?
I just looked it up real quick. I'm going to have to go with The Sims. This is why I'm going with Sims. Back in the day when I used to go to Office Depot and Staples, when I, had a really old shitty computer, back before I got into piracy.
Yeah.
I used to buy The Sims. There used to be the red box, the blue box, the yellow box, this, that, this, that. Nick, I just looked it up for The Sims 4. There's a total of 84 DLC packs. I've never even heard of that. I'm going with The Sims 4 because just for back in the day, you had the red box, yellow box, orange box, this. Dude, it was called expansion packs back in the day for the PC. There were 4 discs a piece. You'd be sitting there all day installing them. God forbid if you had to redo Windows.
Damn, I didn't even know it was that. I knew it was a shit to 80 something. Yo, imagine having to read.
Why not just do microtransactions?
Yeah, there's over 84 DLC packs available for The Sims 4. That's crazy. I wouldn't even guess that number. I would say like 5.
Yeah, like yo, 80.
What the hell are they smoking?
That's crazy, bro. Like I think that's the most of any game. Like I wouldn't even put it against it. I think that single-handedly the most of any game. Like, you know what I mean? Like 84.
Okay, I guess the better question is, would you consider microtransactions as DLC or not?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I would.
Okay.
I'm with them. I'm with them too.
I mean, how much are these DLC packs for The Sims 4? Just out of curiosity, like $6 a piece? I mean, that's a lot. At times 84.
It'll probably be like $20 a piece.
Probably. I don't even follow that stuff. That would be expensive.
It's just one of those things where it acts like a microtransaction, which is why I would call it microtransactions.
Microtransaction. Yeah.
But at least it's only one-time payment thing instead of you have to pay for this amount of gems every single time.
Yeah. Okay.
Just get a mod pack installed and do it.
Yeah. You're right. At that point, I totally agree. All right, this one. And I think we got 2 more. Okay. So now
you do this to me.
I think I know this is a tough one, man. And I don't know, who is it on right now? Is it on me? I think it goes back to Joe. Is it on Joe? Who is it on right now?
I'll take it if you want.
All right, we'll go ahead. I'm gonna start this. So I'm gonna announce a question. We're gonna start with Joe. So, which game is more carried by mods, Minecraft or Skyrim?
Before the remake, well, I'm sorry, not the remake. I'm half asleep right now. I'm gonna go with Skyrim because I remember all those mod packs coming out, like no more DLC, no more game updates. The community is making levels. This is when I got into it on the PC. It was just like blew my mind. But like I would say, as of current times right now, it's got to be Minecraft. I never touched Minecraft, never played it. I'm sure they're modding the shit out of Minecraft. I had one of my friends test a mod for the Switch that was some Minecraft. So definitely Minecraft.
Yeah. So this one for me, I'm gonna just say it. Skyrim. And the reason I'm going to say Skyrim is more carried by mods, I think if you took mods out of Minecraft, it'd still be great. I think you still could create years and decades of history. You take mods out of Skyrim, oh no, I think you got just Skyrim. It's a fire game now. But those mods on Skyrim, you talk about graphical, different mods just for stages, missions, NPCs. You go on and on with the mods. It turns it into a brand new game. I feel like the mods for Minecraft do enhance it to give it different types of games, but I feel like even if you took that out, Minecraft would still be good. I feel like Skyrim, if it did not have mods, would not last it the test of time like that. I hate
those extra missions that they did for Skyrim were awesome. They did all those cool mods and graphic mods.
Yo, like, beautiful, man. They did so many damn mods.
The Nexus I ran so many mods that actually slowed down the PC.
Yeah,
I mean, there was that many mods I was running. Like, I need to go back in Nexus Manager and like disable some of this shit.
Definitely, I did that before, so you ain't the only one who's been there before. Blizzard Fox.
I'm gonna have to agree with your logic on how you said, or that. I feel like that Minecraft by itself can still run strong so much today, especially since it's always getting new updates anyway. Yeah. My only gripe is the mob votes. If they're gonna give you 3 options, why not give it all? But at least with the mods in Minecraft, it gives. I feel like that's just more so just like to enhance your game session. But even by themselves, you can see so many YouTubers nowadays still doing just normal survival Minecraft worlds, hardcore modes.
Right.
Nowadays, when was the last time that you've seen someone play just vanilla Skyrim?
Never.
To make it even worse, I actually went out of my way. One of the reasons why I wanted to mod my Switch was just to mod Skyrim on there.
Bravo. I'm with you. Like, I feel like you can't play it without modding it.
The only reason, or wasn't the anniversary update the only thing that they added recently for Special Edition?
Yep, that was it. Nothing else.
I'm not even sure if I even played that. I'm still just playing modded Skyrim.
Yes, and it's beautiful. I'm sure right now I could probably find a mod for the Meta Quest 2. Right? I probably could be right now just playing fucking Skyrim with mods on VR. Is it one out there?
I was going to say modded or VR.
There is one.
I told you, it's just a way. When you start creating mods, that's how it was with Fallout. I was like, oh, I love Fallout. Somebody's like, they got a VR mod. Really?
And it's just one of those things where if it's a game that by itself, if it didn't have community thing, I think it would have died so much long ago.
I agree with you 110%. If it wasn't for the community, it would have been dead under the rug.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm also still surprised that they decide to continue giving it the GTA 5 treatment.
Yeah, I know. And then, so many games run to like Witcher 3 is another big game, right? Everybody talks about Witcher.
I've never played any of the Witcher games. Never.
I just started the Witcher 3. I waited until the Switch 2 just to see if it will run better. It runs a little better load time wise. I can't tell graphical wise.
Have you heard they're making a GTA 6, by the way?
They are?
If they are, I would probably hold off until I see like the graphical difference, given that I was just going to get it for the PS5 anyway.
You know we're getting GTA 5 on the Switch too. I'm sure it'll run like shit though.
Remember the rumors that was it GTA 5 or was it San Andreas for the Wii U?
Oh, what was that? Damn, you taking me back, bro. Oh, damn. The next question came up. Why we in the middle? Oh, man, come on. Why they do? But now we might as well go ahead. Shit, now it's my turn. Okay. So, who handles revivals better? Capcom or From Software? Now, this is a tough one for me because you got to remember the revival franchises, right? I'm just going to say Capcom hands down Resident Evil. That's it. You got to say nothing else, man. The way they revive Resident Evil, and I ain't got to talk about the way they keep bringing Street Fighter back alive. Like, how do you continue to bring back a fighting platform that just, we know Street Fighter started it all, but you would think it eventually gets bland. Like Call of Duty, people say it's getting bland. Hell no. Street Fighter 6 they still doing it. How do you continue to bring back your old franchises and continue to put the Sazone on them? I don't know how they do it. Now, From Software, you do what you do. You do your thug dizzle, But Capcom seems to bring it back with the Sazone that it needs. I'm going Capcom. What's the on you?
I'm going to have to agree with Capcom, given that every single time Street Fighter comes back, no matter what. I mean, heck, they even did a limited release of Street Fighter 2 on the SNES cartridge, of all things.
And it went crazy.
But beyond that, the only thing that I wish that they would bring back would be Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh man, you made me sad right there, man. Thank you. I understand because I wish they bring it back to one of the most beloved fighting. I'm a fighting game fanatic too, so not bringing that back is like a crime.
And I think the reason why, at least the fighting game genre, is because if it, or unless it's usually just the same combos over and over again, it at least gives it more graphical or better graphical experience for new generations.
Thank you.
And if it does bring in new characters or just new combos, it gives you, or it changes the meta entirely from one version to the next.
It does, man. Man, well said. Joe, which one you got?
Resident Evil. Definitely Capcom, hands down. It's like the Resident Evil remakes that they do are so awesome. It's Resident Evil 4 was really good, and then 3 too. It's just like it's crazy with what they do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like what you said about the Capcom fighting, they keep bringing them back. It's it's good that not the old stuff's dying, but we need to start getting into new stuff. There's new Resident Evil coming out soon. You were talking about in the
Summer Games Fest,
whatever the hell it's called.
Yep, I remember. I forgot what it's called. What is State of Play?
Yeah, State of Play. Yeah, that looks really good. I was watching the trailer. I woke up at no lie, I think it was 2:00 in the morning. Checking my phone, like, oh, there's a new Resident Evil trailer. I'm like, I fell back to sleep. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I love Resident Evil. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely Capcom on this.
All right, we all agree. Now I think this is the last one right here. So our last one. Oh my goodness. Woo! So I'll announce the question. Lizard Fox, you can take this one first. Bigger day one disaster. GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition or Battlefield 2042? Lizard Fox, which one you got?
Haven't gotten either one, but from my friends that either gotten one or the other, I heard them saying that Battlefield 2042 was the bigger flop.
I've heard Battlefield was a hard flop too. You know what I'm saying? Joe, which one you got?
Definitely Battlefield. I heard it was really bad. I never played it before. The 2024 one, I saw a lot of glitchy videos. But being in the community of people that I'm with, the definitive edition of GTA was absolutely horrible piece of crap. It was glitchy. It was buggy. The pirated version that was ported from the PS Vita ran better than their fucking definitive edition. It was just complete garbage, broken. But if I had to pick one without going to a rant, definitely Battlefield. I saw so much bad stuff about that. And we were talking about that a long time ago, Nick. I remember that.
We was.
Yeah.
Now this one, I think I'm going against the grain, man. I gotta go. GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition was beyond trash. Trash is an understatement. It was unplayable. It was unplayable. I feel like Battlefield was at least playable. It was unplayable. You couldn't see through the rain. You couldn't see through the clouds. You couldn't even fly a plane. You would fall through the ground. I've seen the worst. There were glitches that were not present in the original game. Like, how do you bring more glitches? Like, I don't understand that. It's like, no, we're not going to bring over the good shit. We're going to bring over the glitches, the bugs. What was that? The Android version? Let's get some of that shit over here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's working, baby. Let's put it out.
Was it okay, my question is, was the trilogy a full port or was it an emulated game? Is the better question.
I think it was a combination of both. I really do. It was
because I was going to say that both can cause so many different problems if not optimized.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. This was supposed to be the one, man. I thought it was supposed to be remastered, redone, I thought this was going to be the one, right? That's how they presented it. Then the shit come out. It's like, man, come on, let's be honest.
Like what Nick was saying, it was really broken. I remember I tested it. The game got leaked for the Switch.
Yeah,
and it was just like it was unplayable. It was broken. It was like
there's part of the problem. It came out for the Switch.
Yeah, and right, but there you go, right? It came out for the Switch. Now I'm gonna say this: who thinks the Nintendo Switch is powerful enough to run a PlayStation 2 game?
It can barely handle GameCube games.
Damn. So you don't think? So can we think? I think it would be good enough to play PlayStation 2 games. So you saying that
optimized it or ported?
That's what I mean. Slightly optimized. But you saying, damn.
But beyond that, I don't expect it to run any of them good, emulated or otherwise.
hell, he said that shit a piece of shit. Yeah, that's why that Switch 2 is like shit. We all feel
And
like
I think part of the problems is probably just memory alone. I mean, 3 gigabytes for a console nowadays.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Now, that is it of Choose Your Fate. Now, I want to go ahead and let's get to some Nintendo shit, right? So, y'all, I take it both of you gentlemen, okay, have Nintendo Switch 2. Do both of you gentlemen have Nintendo Switch 2 units?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay. All right, good. And now I done knocked off the damn. You see that? I done knocked my green screen back. Damn, you know. Yo, I start taking a shot. There we go. Okay, there we go. So, both of you have both of you put your MIG switch unit inside of your Nintendo Switch?
That was the first thing I did when I got the Switch.
I have not. More so just not wanting to risk the ban for this console yet.
Okay. Now, Joe, when you put it in, what did you find out?
Well, here's the deal. Before I was able to put it in, I got home. I'm not going to go through the whole rant.
Yeah.
Long story short, I got home at 1:30. I went to sleep. Then one of my friends that was overseas sent me a message in Japanese that was that, you know, software cannot be read. I'm like, shit. Yeah. Then someone else sends it to me in Chinese. I'm like, shit. Then my friend Eric texts me. You remember Eric that did the 3 mod chips? He's like, Joe, I tested it. Doesn't work. I'm like, motherfucker. I still made the video and everything because I really wanted to do it. I thought it was going to work just because it's like it hasn't been patched out in the Switch 1. I'm saying this has got to work in the Switch 2. It hasn't been patched out. Then you go to put it in. I'm like, it doesn't work. I think once we get a firmware update, it will fix it. But here's the deal. If MIG Switch is smart, which they are, they want to make more money. Obviously, they're a company. They're just going to release a new MIG Switch, you know, going to call it the MIG Switch 2 that works in backwards compatibility.
Damn. Now, MGR, I see in the chat said it worked. They said it worked.
Okay, Stop, I want to say that, are we sure if it didn't come from Migflash.com, every single thing out there is either from a distributor or just some random person pretending to be MIG.
Yeah, I agree. If we
Nick,
see it on Migflash,
if you want to play some of my video, I have the video. It's up to you. I took out all the watermarks with the Nintendo logos and stuff.
The video.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I want to like take off it. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm scared. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch now. They got me, man. They popped me so much. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give some insight just so everybody know. I spoke with Dr. Specimen. This was like 2 days ago. He was ranting. Some people seen on Twitter. He got copyright strike, right?
Oh, he did that?
Yep, he did.
Okay,
he did.
Right? So I'm talking with him and I'm telling him, and I'm like, bro, this is before the copyright strike. Okay, he can mark my word and testify. This is before. I think they actually claimed it. So I don't think it was a copyright strike at first. It was
what did he get hit with? From what?
It was from Delta. I think it was Delta Rune.
Then
I forgot the game. It's some game or something.
If it's Delta Rune, then I expect that it wasn't strictly Toby Fox. It was probably the company that does the music and stuff.
Yes. Okay. So yes, it was Delta Rune. He actually had the music from the soundtrack. Right. So it wasn't from the game. Videos, and it was sped up. It was some other stuff going on, right? But he said specifically he got claimed. And I was like, yo, do this. Take that shit down. Fuck it. It's over with. He was like, well, the company said that you could do it. And I wrote them and they're kind of cool with it. And they're saying YouTube is forcing them to do this. Yep. Like they don't want to do it.
It's a box.
I told him a little bit of BS on that.
Yeah. Okay. See, he's with me. I told him, I said, yo, I don't give a shit what they say. I'm telling you, once you get hit with that shit, take that shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? And MGR is here. As my witness, because he taught me something. And I do that shit moving forward.
I agree with what MGR said here in chat, saying that it was probably an AI bot that did it.
Yeah, and I can see that too.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what winds up happening is I told him, I said, just take it down, bro. Just take it down. It ain't no reason to even have it up. I said, once shit start getting claimed, because then you got to worry about what else did you put up? What else did happen? You trying to clean shit up. And it's frustrating as shit. And I was dealing with it with all my videos. Like I told him, I'm glad the 1 million views is back, but I lost that shit, bro. And it was because they were taking videos that were so similar to other videos, and I believe it was a lot of AI shit too. I'm trying to fight back on certain shit. That once I fight back, they come hit another video because I fought back. And I said, man, this is some bullshit. You know what I mean? And that was why for me, and I constantly see it. So that's why I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I constantly have the same shit happen. You know, I'll give you another one. Pop the balloon. I did a pop the balloon segment.
I remember that.
And the pop the balloon segment, lo and behold, who would have known when I did that segment way back that now Pop the Balloon got bought by Netflix, and all those people who built their fucking channels off Pop the Balloon all got hit at the same time.
So they got their balloon popped then.
Yeah, they got the balloons popped. Okay.
That's fucked up.
So I kind of, so now what I do is, since I'm on multiple platforms too, I'll be trying to be monetized on each one. I try to stay as stale and lame as fucking shit now. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, Joe. I be so tempted. I be tempted, man. It's like gold right there. It's like, man, shit, I can go ahead and, you know what I mean? We can talk, we can put up the joint.
Look what happened with me. I went through 5 YouTube accounts.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Matter of fact, I didn't think about that. You're right. You're another one that went through about 5 different YouTube accounts before all bullshit. You know what I mean? So
speak of the devil.
Yeah, so
speak of the devil, that specimen pinged.
I mean, Nick was running out of nicknames for me. He's like, oh, what do you call today? I forget.
Yo, MGR, you are on if you got the voice. If you got a mic, man, you can go ahead and talk. You are on if you need to. Now, I will say also, Dr. Specimen, I know he's getting off work. There was something else I wanted to mention. Migflash, right? We already had a bet earlier. How long do y'all think it's going to take before a mod? Do y'all think, first of all, is a mod coming out?
I believe so. I really do. They're really smart people, and something's going to happen. I'm not trying to, jump the subject, but just to let you know, I think I sent you a text message last week or what? A couple days ago that the unlock switch is now posting again with Switch 2 being out.
Yo, and believe me.
God.
I'm
not lying. I sent you the text.
No, I seen it. I actually was there. I actually seen it like right when they posted it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping. I'm blizzard pop. What was you gonna say? Before I say my 2 cents, I want to hear what you got to say.
I feel like if we're just talking about strictly the Mig Switch, I feel like that it's not going to get anything until it soon following after, if we get any modding for or reverse engineering of the Switch 2.
Switch 2. Okay.
Because again, it took how many years just to get this cartridge for the original Switch again?
It took a long time, almost to the end of its life, maybe a year and a half to the end of its life. I think about a year and a half, yeah.
Now, wasn't there speculation that they had that information for a long time?
I think so.
It's just, again, reverse engineering can take, it depends on how good the security is. And given that, or if we're to believe that they probably used the information that they got from was it the Giga Leak or Terra Lake that they got it from? No, Giga Leak.
One of them. Yeah.
One of the major leaks out there was that that they got the information of the custom ASIC that runs the cartridge. So that probably took them quite an amount of time for them to figure out, then code, then manufacture these.
No, you're speaking facts. Yo, shout out Dennis Magnus. I see you there. Okay. Also seeing Phoenix. What's going on? MGR had leave and came back. He's trying to get the audio good. You know what I mean?
And I feel like the reason why it'll probably take longer for the Switch 2 specifically, if we get anything, is because of how they're doing the emulation for this. It's not full out emulation, which they said the Switch 2 is capable of doing it, but the battery life would be even more atrocious than what it is. So they decided to go out of the way to make a translation layer, which is something similar if you're using Steam Deck, then Proton, where it runs the Windows games through that. Yeah. So I feel like when the initialization of the translation layer, there's probably some type of signature check or something that's going on with a specific chip inside the normal cartridges.
Yeah.
That it has to get before it starts up the game.
Yeah, and that's what the hurdle is going to be. And I agree. I'm right with you. I think that's what's going to be a big hurdle. Part of me just want to be like, I'm already wrong. I said day one. I figured that shit was going to work day one.
I mean, if it did, then that would have been great. But
it's cool that the icon loads up. I mean, you look at it, you're like, shit. It's like, son of a.
But again, the only reason why I think the reason why I didn't do so is because one, the translation layer, and probably more security on top of that.
Agree.
Because of how it's handling backwards compatibility.
Here's the deal. Later on, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be up, next week, but later on, they're going to be updating their firmware to get more compatibility to it.
Right.
Nintendo Switch 2 might fuck up and like re-enable the Mig Switch.
Right. But I'm just saying that if it's doing it at the hardware level where it has to, or where it says like if it's a specific set of chips that they whitelist, I say.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be one thing. But the reason why I'd say it doesn't work as of right now is because of how they're handling backwards compatibility. Previous consoles that they've done so was just more or less using the GameCube to the Wii than to the Wii U. All it really is just an overpowered GameCube with more hardware specs to it.
Thanks.
And all they just had to do was just downclock it, and it's already backwards compatible straight out of the box.
Something to keep in mind, the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch 2 use the same firmware. Let's say 2 years down the road from now, Nintendo Switch 2 gets a soft jailbreak to play pirated games.
Mm-hmm.
That software exploit will be like a WebKit, let's say. That will be, in my opinion, that will be vulnerable to the Switch 1 because it uses the same firmware. Even though it's different hardware, the exploit's going to be exactly the same, which sucks for people that install mod chips because those people are going to be like, oh, I can just do it on my OLED. The same thing happened with PS4, PS5. Hacks.
In the sense, kind of like how early 3DS hacking went about, or 3DS hacking, where they used an exploit specifically from the DS.
No, you're right. And Dennis, I'm gonna answer you real quick, man. He said, "Nick, where your Switch to, man?" I'm gonna tell you a couple things, Dennis. I could have had it pre-ordered. I could have had it just the other day. I went and looked at Costco. I was like, you know what? Let me just see if Costco got some. Let me just see. I looked, and then I went straight to it. It said purchase. I just purchased it. I could just purchase it. It was right there. Purchase. I didn't even purchase it though. I was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where everybody who knows me with the original Switch, I did not buy an original Nintendo Switch until Amara came out.
That's how I was. That's how I found out about your channel back in the day.
I'm gonna keep it 100. And once I found out the mod came out, I everything I started doing was after the mod. I just really don't. I get one system that's my main system, and every other system needs to be moddable. And that's the way I run. You know, my Xbox Series X is my one system that is not modded. Every other system is modded, bro. Every single system I have. I just cannot have a system not modded unless it's my official system. So my Series X, yeah. Oh, snap. What's going on, my dog?
Finally got off work.
Hey, specimen.
What's up, Dad?
Yo.
Dap up.
In the house.
Yo, Dennis said his come tomorrow. Dennis, you go ahead and enjoy, man. Get that Mario Kart world going, man. Go on, go ahead and get that open world going, man.
Sick. I don't get the hate. It looks sick as fuck.
Yeah.
It'd be sicker if the MIG would work, but that's another conversation for another time.
Yo, I'm a
oh yeah, before I forget,
what?
Just one thing that I tried out before even plugging in the Switch 2 edition for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was pushed it into the original Switch and it does work. So Switch 2 enhanced games does work on the original Switch. Not Switch 2 edition games. Switch 2 enhanced games.
Damn. Okay.
Which they do differentiate with the code at the bottom. I know that LB is the one for Switch 2 edition games. I just can't remember for the other one. And then there's the third for K cards.
Damn. Okay.
I also tried it to see if I could dump it. Yeah, no dice.
Yeah, no dice, of course. You know what I mean? I think we all pretty much figured that one. But hey, it was nice. Worth a shot. You know,
I mean, if it popped up on the original Switch, you think I could at least try getting the game off of that?
Oh, you know.
Just by the way, the Switch 2 game card actually fits inside the MIG Switch dumper. You could actually plug it in.
Yep.
It recognizes the computer, goes doo-dung, the dumper pops up, but doesn't show anything.
Yep.
So I wish you see fucking MIG Switch hack this shit. Like coming soon.
Yeah,
you damn well know that they changed the keys on that.
Yeah,
most likely.
But it's amazing how it fits, though. It's a little tight to go in the hole. That's what he said, but it actually clicks in there and everything.
Fuck
Yeah,
you,
he's
Joe.
like, you knew that was coming. Yo, and I know I'm looking at videos now. Everybody was trying it, bro. Like
yeah.
everybody tried it coming out.
Dude, you should see my message
I'm like,
at 2 o'clock in the morning on my
Oh,
phone.
damn.
About the Switch.
Shout outs real quick to Kazuma on Twitter for buying like 4 different Switch 2s to test shit on, and also to be like available for testing different firmwares out for whenever custom firmware and like different mods
that's
get
awesome,
released.
definitely.
hey,
And by the way, the stock firmware for the Switch 2 19.0.0 is a test firmware. You can't do shit on that firmware. I even explained it in my
The
video.
only thing that does work is some Switch 2 games if it has the update on the card.
Yeah, no, I went to use Mario World, plug it in, nothing happened.
That's how they do, because I forgot that they put updates on the game cards, because I'm like, okay, for the 3 people who are going to buy a Switch 2 and who literally don't have internet, how are they going to get the update? Of course they put it on the game card.
No, you can't update. It says update system. You have to connect to the internet.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if the game itself has the update.
Yeah, the newer games, they'll have the updates, but those key card games.
Keycards, well,
Yeah,
keycards, you're gonna have to download it anyway.
Yeah.
hey, Nick, can you hear me now?
MGR, what up, man?
Dude?
Finally, your stupid fucking restream thing. I have to like go under different settings in here now. I don't know when that happened, but anyways,
What's up, man?
not much. So I got 2 Switch 2s for myself. One I'm using whatever. The other one's game boxed, and we all know why. So what I will say is obviously a lot has to be learned about this console. All I'm seeing is complaints about repairability, right? First off,
JoyCons.
not even, man. Okay, so first off, the Switch 1, obviously it had problems, right? Like you had charge ICs dying, and people are like, "Oh, the USB port breaks." Well, yeah, if you fucking break it. Right?
I've never broken a Switch to USB cable or port. I don't know
I
how
haven't
people are
broken
doing
it.
that.
So
I can tell you, I have never broken a PS5 HDMI port on a PS5 that I've owned, but I've replaced over 100 of them.
Okay,
so
for the
I'm sorry,
people for the PS5 cable, that's usually when kids are like running around and
Knocking it
accidentally
down.
yank on the cable.
Yank the cord.
Yeah.
I send pictures all the time with the stuff he does with the PS5s with the HDMI cables. This guy's got me shit in my pants. If I touch the cable in the back of my hacked PS5, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah. So I mean, people are going all, oh fuck, the game card reader can't be removed and blah blah blah. Well, don't fucking break it, right? Who cares?
I don't know of anybody who's actually broken their game card reader.
It's funny. I actually did one today. No, I did one today. But look, what I'm saying is like, everybody wants to complain about like, oh my god, the game card reader is soldered on. The USB port's not modular. Like, none of these products, the regular Switch, any version, the Switch 2, the PS5, none of these products are designed to be repaired by anybody except the manufacturer.
Right.
Straight up.
Or people
right?
that are people hired to do so.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like it's so I don't know where all these complaints are coming from. Someone told me the Switch 2 is getting bad reviews. Look, I got the Switch 2. I bought Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition, and it looks damn good on my TV. It runs like it's a locked 60 4K HDR. It looks phenomenal on a 100-inch screen.
The performance for Tears of the Kingdom is also phenomenal.
I'm gonna play that because I never actually played Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna play it after I'm done Breath of the Wild.
Okay, good. I'm just saying that if you haven't played it on the Switch or the original Switch, be glad that it's going to be the way that it is on this new.
Yeah, I have the collector's version of Tears of the Kingdom. I just never opened it. I kept it sealed. I may open it and then
keep it for value.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
in the groups I belong to, I'm seeing Switch 2s die for no reason. Like, oh, it was working fine yesterday. I turned it back on today and it's not working.
So I've seen that here and there. I have seen that on Reddit. Look, at the end of the day, you're gonna get defects. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen, right? I mean, I saw some guy going, "Oh, my fan's running when I turn it on." Well, no fucking shit, your fan's running when you turn it on.
The thing is running hotter than the sun at that point if it doesn't.
Yeah, like, anyways, whatever. That's all well and good. Obviously, there's a lot to learn about this system from either a modding, hacking perspective or a repairing perspective. What I can tell you from somebody that repairs a lot of game consoles is this is going to be more expensive to repair on average than the regular Switch, just because of, you know, stuff's not nearly as modular as it used to be. There's a lot of BGA chips on this board. If any of those BGA chips are a failure point for, you know, a lot of people, well, be prepared to spend quite a bit more to get that repaired. And the amount of people that can do BGA work is far less.
That reminds, just to comment on what Dennis is saying about the LCD, the only people that I've seen complaining about it is, one, they came from a Switch OLED, so they're complaining that it's not as quality as an OLED. Or two, they, again, it's usually something related to OLED, or they probably plugged it into
unpopular opinion. If you're complaining about the Switch 2 not being OLED, then you're too good for a Switch 2.
Dude, the Switch 2 and the OLED, I'm not lying to you. I know I'm older than you young bucks are, but they look the same. It looks
the only
really great
difference I can see is like the deep blacks. That's the only difference that I can see is like deep blacks.
Yeah.
Personally, I like the Switch 2.
I realize it.
I love the LCD.
I personally think the Switch 2 feels like way more of a premium product over any version of the previous
And it doesn't
Switch.
cramp your hand like right there.
Oh,
like
dude, it cramps the shit out of my wrist. It cramps the absolute shit out of my wrist.
JoyCons, 45
I was going to say that.
I can play longer.
So MGR, let me ask you something, MGR, real quick. As far as repairs, if someone comes to you right now for a repair for any part of a Nintendo Switch 2, what do you do? Where
the fuck am I going to get parts?
But regardless, sometimes, am I right? Sometimes, let's just say, you don't know if it's a specific part that's a generic part, right, or something else.
There's nothing generic. There's nothing generic on any of these things. Any console.
So there's not one part on there that you, if it broke or messed up in any way, that you couldn't go out somewhere and get to replace. Not one part.
Probably not. It's the same with the regular Switch or even a PS5 or any console. There's no real generic parts. Parts become available when there's a demand for them, right? Obviously, joysticks are probably going to be coming out. There was a website actually. I think I don't want to mention the website. I ordered from this place one time before, and I will never order from them again because screw them. They're pieces of shit. They were selling Joy-Con shells, USB port replacements, and I can't remember what the other thing was. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a month and a half before the console comes out. Your Joy-Con shells look like 3D printed garbage. But the USB ports...
Oh, yeah.
The USB ports, I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll order them. But then I was like, no, I'm going to wait for my suppliers so I can buy like a bag of 100. And then for like a lot less than what this site's going to charge. It's like the PS5 HDMI ports, right? I buy 100 for $55 Canadian. Okay. So 55 cents a piece. It's peanuts, right? When you factor in like what I'm charging to actually replace an HDMI port. But you're not paying for the part, blah, blah, blah. It's like a mechanic, so on and so forth, right? So at the end of the day, parts are going to become available. First thing's going to be USB ports, 100% USB ports. Batteries eventually.
But you've seen some already, because I've seen some things out there, and that's why I asked. I have seen replacement parts. Now, I don't know. I know already. I'm the same way with you. Shit ain't out. I believe it's something more to it. I wouldn't spend my money, right? But asking someone who actually repairs when new systems come out, you know, it's the same thing like modding, right? When a mod first comes out, high demand. You get a lot of money coming up front. Is this something, what part, you said Joy-Cons, but how do you get the part, like how does this process typically go when systems come out? How long is it? A couple months, 3 months, 4 months? Do you
with the PS5, the HDMI ports were like listed within a month. As for the rest of the stuff, I honestly don't know the answer to that. It's all just a matter of time, right? I mean, one of my comments in the stream in the beginning said, you know, I've got about $1,000 just set aside for when parts start becoming available. Yeah, LCD screens, USB ports, batteries, shells, joysticks, any sort of chips on the board, like the charging IC, right? 100% I will be ordering about $1,000 worth with everything combined, because I know it's going to get used. With that said, I'm more curious to know and find out more about the console. I actually have not plugged it into my thing that shows me how much power is being drawn from a completely flatline battery, because on the regular Switch it charges really slow. If you flatline your battery, it's a super slow charge for like 20 minutes, and then it kicks into like a higher amperage for charging. So I want to see how the Switch 2 actually does with that. I find my Switch 2 charges slow as shit. So I have a feeling it's the exact same charging method that they're using. I find the battery life on the Switch 2 is absolute garbage.
My question is, do you have the 90% or stop charging at
90%? Yeah. So it charges to like 89.
The problem that I've been seeing is that I've seen people that turn it off and then it just starts charging normally fine.
Well, I don't care about slow charging. I really don't.
I know, but I'm just saying that seems to be like one of the issues that's saying like it's slow charging slowly and then all of a sudden stopping at a certain percentage below 90.
Yeah. No, I turned that on just because I love repairing consoles. I don't want to fix anything I own. The last thing I want to do is touch anything I own.
No, I know that. Right. I know that feeling.
But with that said, it's like I'm curious, right? Like, if let's say you bust the USB port, that only one USB port does video out, and that's the one on the bottom, right? If you bust that one, does the other one like not work now, like circuit wise? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I know.
I don't think that would happen. It probably depends on what has happened in terms of damage. Like, if you're shorting certain pins out, it probably locks out both. But I mean, yeah, that's
before I forget.
It
I was
could
going to
lock
say that
it out
someone
as
is
a safety, so it doesn't catch fire or some shit.
That's what I'm wondering.
Possibly. Yeah. But before I forget, that reminds me. So you know how the camera you can be used on either port, right?
Yeah.
Someone figured out that if you use a capture card USB or capture card USB, you can use that to stream whatever console or HDMI output they have to it on the testing screen.
Damn! Are you?
Wait, what? So you can,
repeat that.
Plug a camera into the top port, and you can get a video output from that.
I saw someone fucking plugged a Wii U into it.
Yes, I'm gonna copy it from our.
I saw somebody do that with a Game Boy camera.
Here, I'll send it in this chat.
Someone did a Game Boy camera?
Yep.
Well, I guess in some ways it makes sense because you're plugging a camera into the top one and you're transferring data regardless. But that's fucked.
I'm curious what protocol it uses, because I think it's generic.
I mean, the one that they use for the Wii U, it's just some off-the-shelf generic capture card.
Yep, I was about to say this looked like some generic ass Amazon.
You know what? Okay, so that's probably just only working because it's just data going into like another device. You wouldn't get like an actual video output like 4K and all that to a display.
Okay,
you would
definitely not.
Right. So, I mean, personally, if that was possible, I wouldn't be very happy about it because then that would mean less USB ports being replaced for me. With that said, like if I had USB ports now and someone brought me a Switch 2, I've watched the teardown. I tore my other one down. It's not too bad, but
so here's
on the regular
real question: do you plug your SX Pro into the bottom or the top USB port?
I was talking to someone the other day. I'm like, I wonder if there's two pads you can bridge on one of those rails and get it into an RCM mode somehow. I wonder.
If you better. Oh my goodness,
like
that'd be ridiculous.
I don't really feel like that's gonna be a possibility.
I was gonna say that's gonna be ridiculous, bro.
Hey, no, but they've got to have some sort of service mode. They have.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
It has to be given that there's.
But not like.
There's oddly a few units out there that don't even have firmware on there, just coming out straight out.
My guess is for the Switch 2, their jig is gonna be like fucking short 3 pins on the left rail, 4 on the right, send a certain code to the bottom USB port, inverse code to the top,
and then
enter a 7,000.
Now you're talking about
someone's gonna figure it out.
With the Klondike bar.
I'll start grabbing tinfoil and start bridging some pins on one of mine.
Yo, and now why don't you do that, MJ? Being that you work with why don't you buy an extra Switch 2 just to test?
I have to. I told you that.
But is it you're holding it for you know what, or are you opening it up and messing with it? Right? It's two different things.
I'm not updating it, so
okay. All right, we'll leave it there.
Okay, I feel like the most.
I can still fuck around with it. That's not going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a
exactly.
prediction
Hey,
on
I got
what's gonna
warranty.
happen within the hacking scene and how it's gonna work. Someone
What's
is
that?
gonna somehow find like the way to get into the service mode, and we're gonna have the PS3 or debacle over again.
I hope so.
What, having to
That'd be
buy a
awesome.
fucking $50 USB stick?
Yep.
Oh man,
I remember that.
Hey, who does?
That's my prediction. It's gonna be something similar or exactly like that. That
I got
there's
a
some
True
type
Blue.
of device.
I
That's what
think
it's called, True Blue dongle. The True Blue.
I got a True Blue,
dongle.
man.
The True Blue, the True
Okay,
Blue
funny
Mini
fact.
for your PS1.
Okay,
the
wasn't Team
crackhead pack.
Executor the same people who did the True Blue? Or True Blue?
True Blue
Yeah,
Mini.
yeah.
True Blue Mini specifically, the one that
You're
had
right,
fucking
yes.
that name was named after different drugs.
That
and
shit
had
was
games on it.
in the damn court records. Damn it, yes,
I
it was.
remember with the PS3, it went crazy and it was hard to buy, but there was a chip that you could buy. Think of like a Raspberry, like the RP2040 now, right? But it was called Teensy Plus, I think. So I just made my own version of it, and
Yeah,
it worked
with
great.
the big Tinsy plus about that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
didn't last too long, but yeah, I mean, anyways, long story short, in terms of my opinion, Switch 2 repairs are going to be fucking expensive.
Back in the day, MGR, I don't know
yeah.
if you remember this. I have it, but I never used it because I got busy with my old business when I was doing the PS3 stuff. It was called a Black Cat flasher. We were able to use a Black Cat flasher with PS3.
Right.
Well, here's the thing people aren't thinking about though, because I'll go back to the whole LCD thing, right? People bitching about the LCD. Here's the thing. Your repairs, if your dumb kid breaks your screen, it's going to be so much cheaper because it's an LCD. Because I looked for my phone, my Pixel 7 Pro, shit's 2 years old.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
still got to pay $200 to get a new screen for this. Let me look up. Let's see. What's
Dude,
the phone?
Someone called me today. Someone called me today.
You better stop.
So yeah, someone called me today. They're like, oh, my Switch screen won't turn on. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking it's a regular, like the LCD Switch. No, it was a Switch OLED.
Oh no!
Right, and I'm like, guy, like the screen alone is $180 in our currency.
A Walmart swap.
You can buy a used Switch OLED here for like $250 now. Right, so I'm just like, fuck that, man. Like, just go buy a
video output.
Okay, so
use the transfer at that point.
If you want a new Switch OLED screen, which is same resolution, same refresh rate, it's just slightly larger and it's an OLED, it's $170. You want a Switch regular LCD screen, $40.
You're talking about the cost of just the screen, right?
Yeah. Yes, just the screen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I can get them for like $150 Canadian, plus tax, plus shipping, blah blah blah. But like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and it never was. Like, okay, just sell it as broken for parts, or use it in dock mode only, and you're fine. Yep. But like, yeah, the OLED screens are always going to be expensive. Here's an actual question that I would like to hear what people think, because no one's been talking about it. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to wait for a Switch 2 OLED. I guarantee you, because of how shit my battery life is on mine, I guarantee you they're going to follow the exact same roadmap. They're going to have a Switch 2 V1, which is this, a Switch 2 V2 with a better battery life, and then they're going to have a Switch 2 Lite, and then a Switch 2 OLED. I've never heard anybody say, oh, Switch 2 Lite. I guarantee you. I've been right about so much shit. I've been right about
that one. I 100% agree with you on the Switch 2 Lite. 100% agree with you.
And I don't know why anybody is surprised.
Again, I feel like the Lite is going to come out first.
Right? So obviously, the Switch Lite, it was cheaper, and you lost the ability to have detachable controllers. But there's genuinely just a market out there for people who don't give a shit about TV mode. Maybe they don't have a TV. Maybe they never maybe they don't own a couch. Like, I don't know. There's plenty of reasons they don't want to sit down in front of a TV and play a video game.
It comes down to the cost.
There is literally a market for.
I never got a Switch Lite because I don't want to have permanent JoyCon drift. Don't want that shit. All my systems
JoyCon drift. Do not just call that JoyCon drift.
I replace sticks in Switch Lites all the time. It's not hard.
Sure you have.
I'm used to it. I know how to play with JoyCon drift. I'm nice.
Okay,
I got used to it.
Given that I haven't heard this between our conversations,
What?
the GameCube controller that they put out for NSO.
I haven't seen it.
My buddy bought one, but Walmart fucked up and sent it late. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to run. But there was one thing I wanted to say. So you guys were talking about the joysticks earlier and about drift and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the regular JoyCons, PlayStation Portal, and Switch 2, the design inside of the stick and how it works, they're all the same, pretty much. PS Portal sticks, they fail so often, it's crazy.
Damn.
Guaranteed 100% within a year, people are going to be complaining about drift. Whether or not the whole free replacement thing happens all over again, I don't know.
Oh, it already is happening. They already have it.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it has not been redesigned. I mean, the board inside of the stick is a little bit smaller or bigger. I can't remember what I saw.
It's the wipers that are a little smaller.
Yeah, but see, with the Portal, there's videos out there, but it's like this little tiny pin being held in with another two pieces of plastic, and so on the Portal, it'll jump out on either the x-axis or the y-axis, and then if you start moving it, it fucks up the whole board. Hence why you need new sticks. And all the replacement sticks for that thing are absolute shit. They all feel notchy and all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? People get them, they're Hall effect, and they don't like the notchiness, but hey, you know what? They can use it again. You cannot get a single other part for the Portal. At all.
Well, and that's what sucks about the whole magnet system on the Switch too. Like I think it's clever, and I think it probably feels nice to use, but it fucks with Hall effect sticks, and so there's another like
TMR
system. TMR sticks is what people are gonna have to make.
I'm sure I got 300 of them for the PS5 controllers right here.
Yeah, you ready?
Well, and see, that's what I'm wondering too, because the Quest controllers have the same issue with very prominent drift and very common drift, but you can't make Hall effect sticks for them because the triggers are Hall effect. So
you can get replacements.
You can get replacements, but if you want to actually fix the drift, then you need to get Hall effect sticks or PMR sticks. But people don't know what PMR is. Many people still don't know what Hall effect is, so no one's making PMR sticks for a lot of things, let alone the fucking Quest.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like most of my customers will never request a Hall effect. I've only had a handful of them and ask for it. And I had one ask for TMRs, and I was like, hey, I'm glad you know what you're talking about in terms of research, right? But I always give people the option of I find TMR feels more close to stock. Hall effect feel a little bit lighter.
But I like that though. I do too. Had this weird like Chinese game console that had Hall effect sticks, and I played on it. And I was like, I think they feel better.
I do too. I like Hall effect.
I personally don't care because I can just. I mean, if I need to replace my own sticks, I can replace my own sticks. I don't really give a shit.
Well, that's what I find so weird though, is that the Portal, the Switch, the Quest controllers, and then also for whatever reason the Riftmaster Rock Band controller for Fortnite Festival has a Switch style joystick on the back of it, right? And all of them have drifting problems. Meanwhile, I've never had an Xbox controller that's drifted. I've never had a regular PlayStation controller that's drifted.
Neither
my deck doesn't drift. I've never had drifting issues with those systems. Why is
neither have I? I haven't either.
Agree.
My first PS5 controller drifted very, very badly.
That just sounds like a skill issue, Kyle.
It's not.
Kyle.
It was really bad.
Yeah, I'm about to head out too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We be here all day talking.
What I was going to say is quickly about the GameCube controller. I love it. I'm glad that it feels like brand new for what I would expect from an original OEM controller.
Yeah.
And one thing for the NSO is that if you do tilt the left joystick in any direction while starting up the NSO app for GameCube, it plays the intro.
Sorry, the NSO app. You can play GameCube games now?
Yep, for Switch 2 specifically.
Did you not watch the Switch 2 presentation they did 2 months ago?
No, I know nothing about this.
Am I the only one that doesn't give a shit about the Switch Online service?
I mean, I could care less for the online, but the reason why I like the GameCube controllers for specifically Smash Brothers.
Also, Nick, did you get through all the topics, or did you just have to stop on the second one?
Oh no, we got through. We done.
Oh.
We got through all of them. We went
Yeah,
back.
no,
to
we
stuff
were
we
good.
talked
We
about.
weren't like really blowing the chat up. We were trying to be nice.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely see Joe. I see that. That's fire. I see that shirt. That's a fire shirt, my man.
No, we
You
need
know
to
what I'm
get
saying?
Switch
out.
2. Big
Have a
Switch
good one.
coming soon.
Yeah, MGR, get up with you, man. You know I'm gonna holler at you later, man. You know what I'm saying,
So,
Joe?
so
You
this
stupid.
GameCube Switch Online, how does that work? Does it like download the game when you click it?
Yeah.
Or?
It download. What you do is you buy the game card key that's in a fucking empty box, and you go there and you download the game.
Wait, you have to buy the game key for the GameCube
He
game?
said that.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Which one
you
are we
buy
talking about?
You buy the game in the store, and it's like a little cart. I think it's just a code or something. I don't know.
I'm talking
seeing
about
so much
the
misinformation.
Hold on.
GameCube Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, GameCube, Nintendo. It's the same as every single other thing on Nintendo Switch Online. It's only just for the Switch 2.
No, I know that,
Yeah,
but do you have to
something
like
like
download each game individually? Because
No,
the-
No.
It's all cloud based, so you click
It's
on
all
it and it just
cloud-based.
plays. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
You gotta
I like
download
that.
it.
So you go boop, boop, pink comes up, plays.
Oh, and by the
All right,
way,
that's
the Pro
nice.
Controller works. The Pro Controller on the Switch 1 works on the Switch 2, which is great
Wait,
for me.
so
I saved
what's
$60.
what's the download size of the GameCube app?
That's a good question. Let me check real quick.
Because
Yeah,
there's, I mean,
that's right.
GameCube games are like serious size, so that's like a 10 gig download if it's downloading them all.
do you think GameCube games are only 10 gigs? Super Mario
Surprisingly,
I'm
it's
about
only
to
5
say-
gigabytes.
I'm about to say GameCube games are like the lineup, the entire thing is huge.
Well, yeah,
Sunshine
but
is
like,
2
but
gigs.
but
It
there's
is
only
surprisingly
like,
only
but
5 gigabytes so far.
I
think
was
the
gonna
only
say there's
reason why
only
is
a-
because I've only played one of the GameCube games.
Okay.
well, and there's also only a couple games out.
I
That's
was just
why
gonna
said
say they
that's why I
probably don't
said-
have the full lineup. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's
All
only 3 games as of right
They're
now.
waiting for
USA and
archive.org to
European
replace the
editions.
files.
right. We all got the games anyway.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah.
The GameCube NSO controller is nice. I just wish that more games besides the NSO could use it, like Smash Brothers.
Finally have analog triggers on the Switch.
So
Yeah.
I real quick, I know Nick's wanting to get off, but I was wanting to ask this originally. I literally I held my tongue talking about the oh, what do they call it? The ROP the fuck, what was it? That specific
The
hack.
user
It
land
wasn't-
drop.
Yeah, the user land ROP.
Okay. Yeah.
I do not think it's going to ever be a software-based exploit. It's going to have to be a hard mod if we're going to get actual serious code execution. The question is,
early this month.
do we have anonymous Chinese mod chips, or is some group going to come out and make a big fucking deal about it? I'm not saying Team Executor. I'm not saying any group we know about already. Are we going to have fucking, I don't know, USS Switch, I guess, because, you know, MiG, so USS,
Yeah.
and come out and be like, we have the first mod chip for Switch 2.
It's not going to be unlocked,
I
Switch. I
think-
know that.
I think it's going to be
Yeah.
more likely that we get the open source mod chip, and
It's gonna be a WebKit. That's what I'm figuring.
I
They never
know,
said
well,
the
here's
PS5
the
is gonna
problem
be
with the
that.
whole open source mod chip thing, though, because the whole concept of mod shipping has its own issues, and even with PicoFly, there was never really a developer for PicoFly. There was a firmware that got leaked, and then someone
Wait,
basically
okay.
made a jailbreak script for the firmware to let Atmosphere boot, and then someone reverse engineered the leaked firmware and made a public release of that. So there wasn't ever someone like there wasn't a Sire's M for the mod chip firmware. So
I do
and-
think that if anybody's going to mod it, it's most likely Atmosphere to get it first.
they're not going to. Sire's literally said he's not working on the Switch 2. That's not happening.
And I
Okay.
agree with
Well, there
what
you go.
Dead Specimen said because I know somebody that's friends with him or whatever, and that person said the same thing. He doesn't want anything to do with the Switch 2.
I do know one group that's looking into it, but they're not public and will most likely not keep the research. Like they're gonna pass it through a chain and have it essentially get released anonymously.
Oh, I guess like
So
in the background.
Yeah, so and I mean what I would hope is that the whole there's some OPSEC issues, but I'd hope the whole Team Executor debacle would make people realize that it's not worth the clout of being out in public. Just
Right.
go to a country where you're not going to be prosecuted, take it in Bitcoin, get some fucking schmucks in the West to, be a reseller or bite the bullet and ship,
Just do what
DHL
Mick
or
did.
whatever. And yeah, do what Mick did.
Be more
That's how
smart
Mick
about
did
it.
it.
No, you're right. Yo, and if y'all want, everybody can still go on. I know I gotta head out. I'm hungry as shit. Then
I need
gotta
to
get
go
up
to
and
bed.
work in
I'm
the morning.
tired. It's almost
All
midnight.
I got
I've been
work at
working
5 in the
since 7
morning.
o'clock.
Yeah, everybody getting up early and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my dogs, everybody out there, holla, my man Joe, Blizzard Fox.
Nick 5
Yeah,
on all
specimen.
platforms.
Yep. Joe got the video for Mix Switch. Anybody looking, they want to see Mix Switch in there, enter, taken out, put in the thing. Joe got the video. It's in the chat too. I believe he already put it there in the chat. So you can scroll up, go ahead and look at that if you want the video. What else? Dr. Specimen definitely came through. Shout out Dr. Specimen. Everybody in the chat, Dennis Petrix, everybody else. I could go through y'all names all day. John 5, Alex, Magnus, whoever else, everybody. Other than that, that's my out. Anybody else? Anybody got the last words?
If you got a Switch 2 and you think it's going to be hacked anytime soon, I don't really think it's going to be there until at least another 2 to 3 years at minimum. And it's either going to be how the PS3 is going to be doing it, or it has to be strictly a hardware mod. WebKit possibility, but I feel like that's going to be on the lower probability.
Okay. All right. There you go. Anybody else? DJ C Money, what up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. We're gonna have you take us out, man. Anybody else got any last words? You know what I'm saying? We out? We out.
I think we're out.
Hey, DJ C Money, you got to take us out, man. Hey, a matter of fact, y'all, let's have DJ C Money run the stream. You run it now, DJ C Money. Hey, DJ C Money, I quit, man. I'm done. I'm tired of this, man. I don't want to work no more, man. I'm done. It's over with, man. I'm out.
Hey, what's up?
Is that how it is when you got a manager? You got to tell your manager, yo, I'm out, man. I'm sick of this, bro.
What's up, Doctor?
What'd you say? Dead Specimen here, man. We here.
What's up?
Go ahead. I'm out, yo. I'm out this thing, y'all. I'm gonna let Dead Specimen go ahead and shut this shit. Y'all, you want to shut it down, Dead Specimen? You want to cut off?
Shit, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's up?
You know how I do.
What? Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Dead Specimen, you know what? I'm kidding because we can switch it like that. You got time. I'm off. You can continue to stream if you want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? You might got some other shit to talk about we ain't talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if you want,
I don't think I got anything else. I mean, if you guys already covered everything, you guess I guess yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you good. Yeah.
I have no idea.
What's up?
When Joe get off, we can spend some time on here.
He said, y'all can run that thing. DJ C Money said, y'all can run that thing.
You know what? I do got one thing. I got to give a big ass shout out because I saw Blizzard Fox talking about it in the chat. Shout the fuck out to Deltarune. Chapters 3 and 4 just came out this past Wednesday. I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, spoilers are out all over the place. That game is great. Like, it is just a good game. Music is great. I fucking hate Toby Fox's label because they gave me a copyright strike. Fuck them for that. I'm super pissed about that. I'm not gonna go too much. They gave me a copyright strike because there's a song in the new chapters that's a slight remix of a song in the earlier chapters that they then put like into a vaporwave. So I unvaporwaved it and I was like, oh hey, here's like the remix without all the vaporwave stuff. And the fucking asshole sent me a copyright strike. They didn't even claim it. They gave me a fucking copyright strike. I emailed them and was like, hey, how this has never been a problem before. Why is this a problem now? And they're like, we're not retracting the copyright strike. Fuck you. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's exactly. He summed it up pretty good.
So
do they do that with chapter 3 and 4 music though?
Yes, they did. They didn't do it with chapters 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 they sure as fuck did. So hey, Materia Music, fuck you.
Well said.
Oh,
I felt like
Toby
there was
Fox.
a music company that
Toby
did it for them.
Fox, less of a
Yeah.
fuck you, but you don't know what you're talking about, and you going out there and telling people to submit counter notifications is so fucking reckless, because people who don't know what they're doing is going to see your thing saying, hey, if you get a copyright notice, you need to dispute it. Okay, well, if someone got a legitimate copyright strike because of it and they don't realize it, they just take your word for it, they're going to submit a counter notification and potentially have legal action against them. So I'd rather you not be that like blunt about it, because some people aren't going to know what they're doing.
No, well said. And yo, I gotta pee, eat, and some more shit. My dogs, I'm out this damn thing. Love the hell out of y'all, Kyle. Good to see you too. Ain't heard you in a bit. DJ C Money, you can go ahead and take that out. Blizzard whoever else. My ass got to pee. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
And I
Alright,
gotta
I
go
got
eat, so I'm gonna hop out too, y'all. I love y'all.
Hold on.
All right, man.
Another thing.